Welcome to show number 548 of A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan, entitled Tabasco on a Tic Tac. Mm-hmm. We just ended. We've got some listeners hanging out and imbibing.
Yeah. Today was an old school show where we kind of just, went where it went.
It went bad. It went to a bad place.
We talked about going on the news this morning.
A lot of peanut M&Ms. The peanut M&Ms.
Yeah. Speaking of the news, I don't think we'll be let back on the news if they ever listen to this show, because it's...
Amy Confield's cool. She's cool. She can hang.
We went too far. A
little extra spicy, but on today's show, I'll just give you the basic rundown. Fox 35, we toured Nemours. You give me the business because I'm
American Doll.
Well, I'm kind of cheaping out on my daughter's Christmas. Mace on a theragel, you can hear that. Shitting in a vending machine. Who would
have guessed? Poop was on there.
Who would have guessed it?
Is there boners there too?
Looking, show me boners. There it is. We do a very simple deep dive into Remy, and then we back out because it's getting too serious. It's way too serious. We do some shredding videos, bad parenting, and then Zach from Ohio calls in
about pegging.
Talks about getting pegged, and his wife is like, "Oh my God, Zach!" A lot of bad today.
Yeah. But it was funny. It was a great show.
Yeah, it was a great show. We hope to see all of you out tomorrow. Bad at Business Beer Fest, Sofa and Suds, Sanford. We're making it happen.
So I want to tell everybody about tankamerica.com.
You motherfucker.
What happened? Cut that out! You cut that out!
What just happened?
Cut it out!
What just happened there?
I'm mad Dave Coulier.
Okay, full transparency, I've had 3 White Claws.
Yeah.
You have had nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing to drink. And you went, I want to tell you guys about
my brain stopped. I'm telling you, there's something wrong with it.
And then you just froze.
Too much talking, too many things. I'm sorry. It happened again.
And then Samantha comes around the corner holding a wine glass.
I've been paranoid.
Get away.
Don't touch my pee-pee jars. I'm not gone too far. The aviator. Anyway, tankamerica.com.
He goes, don't touch my pee-pee jars. He always has to quantify his references. Don't touch my pee-pee jars. The aviator.
Anyway, they're having a Black Friday
I'm gonna fucking die.
Sale.
The intro to the show.
It's the Commander package.
The Commander. Hold on a second. The Commander package, like Handmaid's Tale.
It's a $750 value, only for $375 on Black Friday. You have to give them a call on Black Friday to book it. 321-241-1122.
There you go.
There's only 15 total packages at this price.
Well,
so if you want to drive a tank for $375,
I think I can be
your
real.
Only chance.
They're probably going to, I'll just say it. I think they have to limit these packages because they will lose money on this promotion. Yeah. So get one of the 15 because I think they're giving you a value that's actually beyond the cost. Nobody ever factors in the amount of fuel that they have to use when you're just driving something that was designed to kill people.
Yeah.
You're driving it for fun in the woods for fun. Yeah, it can be rather expensive.
And I'll throw this in there: if you call them on Black Friday and get the Commander package, you can come in and watch the show. Just let us know you got it. But that's tankamerica.com.
Yes, sir.
And enjoy the show.
Live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio, it's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Whoopee!
Beer fest, beer fest, beer fest, beer fest, beer fest, beer fest. Sanford, drinking all day tomorrow. Gonna drink all day the next day. Ride on the couch. I'm boofing the air, hum, 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 hum.
Don't do that.
Do they make you uncomfortable? Hey, welcome to the show. Welcome to Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer, is here. Butler is here. We can honestly say right now that our whirlwind promotional tour for the Bad at Business Beer Fest 2019 and also for Sofa and Suds 2019 is officially in the books. This is our last stop, our own show.
Yep.
We went and visited the fine people of Fox 35 this morning, and boy, let me tell you.
I missed that one.
Those ladies are... I'm going to be careful what I can say.
You want to go back on there, you got to calm down.
Moly, do I want to come back on there?
Well, watch what you say.
Holy moly.
We've been to a couple news stations, and news people are very good looking.
Yeah.
Like, in real life, you're like, whoa.
Well,
you're like, you are
but Jason
really good looking.
Guy does not have that ass. Oh, my God. I'm having a hard time keeping my alligators down.
You know what's a funny thing? We did Fox 35 this morning, which I almost put my MAGA hat on because I was like, we're doing Fox News, right? I was like, Trump fest. But it's not. I was like, something different. Juan in our Twitch chat room, and we're always on Twitch, especially for Friday free shows. Twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. Juan was like, Fox News, look. I've done every news station in this town, and the best looking one is Fox News. And the man was...
are you giving up on Sagowski?
That ship has sailed. You know, I'm a bigger deal now.
She's single.
I'm a bigger deal now. I know. I reached out to her. She won't reply.
I did that move
her
where...
life is in turmoil.
So when you do these news hits, like they usually they mic you up and whatever.
And they were so good to us. They gave us
they're great people.
They gave us these little teasers. They gave us so many of those, and then they saved us to the end. So we were like into the what is it, Regis and whatever show would be on 35.
Regis still on?
Not on 35. Wendy Williams or something. They're going into something.
How old is
but we
Regis?
got the last hit, and they teased the shit out of it. They're so good to us.
It
man.
is. Every time I do this, and I'm like sitting on the news, I'm like, why would you let us do this?
Yeah.
Why?
We don't understand it.
How is this possible? Like you'd be like, fuck off. We're not gonna let you on TV.
Tell us to fuck off.
But they let us do it.
They should be
surprised every time.
They should look at us, look at you. You guys are both disgusting. Get off of our couch. Get the fuck out of our studio.
I'm not even joking. So they put the mic packs, and you get the little lavalier mics.
Oh, by the way, those guys are all listeners. Well, one of them was. One of them actually went on a Tom and Dan cruise.
Shout out to all the people at Fox 35. Super nice people.
Yeah, a lot of listeners there. We had some weather people come in. They were like, look, he said something that has never been said about our show.
Yeah.
You guys have an excellent product. I'm like, no, we don't. We don't have a fucking excellent product. We have a shitty product. And you should be kicking us out.
Is that Glenn Richards? Did he tell you that?
No, it was Glenn Richards.
I love Glenn Richards.
Wasn't it?
He's OG.
I don't know.
Wow, you guys too famous to know the weatherman's name.
No. I don't know the weatherman.
I was just mesmerized by asses.
The weather.
I only know Sweezy.
Yeah. I would look.
Come straight to my phone now.
I was just distracted. Let's say.
But so.
Oh man.
They put mic packs on us and lavaliers, and then you have to sit and wait because everything's so structured. You know, they have all their segments and stuff. So then in between segments, they're
we get to sit through the.
Well, that's what I want to talk about.
Yeah,
they're like Tom and Dan come, and so we went and sat on the couch ready for our interview. But they had one more hit they had to do. By the way, newscasters deserve more appreciation for what they do because this is fucking hard.
It was very hard.
You guys are front and center on their website for Good Day Orlando.
Wow!
The first thing at the top is the latest from Good Day Bad at Business Beer Fest with a video included.
Why do they do it? I appreciate
They love you guys.
I appreciate
Pull that down.
Watch their station and Wesh. I like the Wesh too.
At 35, man.
Jason Guy, they're all the nicest people in the world too.
I got to give a shout out to Amy Caulfield.
Makes me hate radio more.
And her producer. Oh, it does. Yeah,
radio people are
so
dickheads.
ugly. They're ugly dickheads. All radio people are ugly dickheads, including us.
Beautiful, nice people in the news.
Yeah, way
I'm not
better.
even joking. It's almost like
Amy
that.
Caulfield, when you see her in person, looks like an actual. At first, when I looked at her, I'm like, oh shit. I got in a car accident on the way to Fox 35. This is an angel taking me to heaven.
Oh, no, you meant Jamie King. That's who you meant.
Oh.
He's the Good Day Orlando weather guy.
He's good. That guy's good.
So anyway,
anybody that likes us has the goods.
So I'm like, I'm sitting on the couch. We're ready to do our news hit to promote the events, and then she has to do her like little interview piece. So I've like
which was live, by the way. It was live via satellite. I think Washington D.C.
Yeah,
right?
and like the fact that she could do it with a delay, with an earpiece.
No, with a shitty one earpiece. No, we wear headphones.
It's like, goddamn, that's some talent because
and look good doing and smile and look so pretty.
Because there's a time delay in those things. But anyway, I'm sitting there on the couch and I'm just watching the monitor of the what's going on in the news under the cameras, and then I got mesmerized by it, forgot where I was at, and all of a sudden they're like, dominating. I'm like, whoa, I'm on it. I'm sitting there watching TV, and I fell into. I'm not gonna lie, I got a little THC in my system from the night before, so I'm very calm.
I can tell because I did a lot of talking on this one, which I normally don't.
I know, I appreciate it.
I had to do some talking.
I'm fine.
Did you hear that shirt?
I did.
No.
Why is it bad?
Well, the palm trees look a little like marijuana leaves.
Well, they are marijuana leaves.
Oh, they are?
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's fine. That's
You wore a weed shirt on the news.
On Fox News. Even better.
Nice.
That's the first time I realized they were marijuana leaves.
Where
I
have
had
you
no idea.
been?
I didn't know that either.
Didn't you guys design that shirt?
Who are you guys?
Wait, all five of you get the fuck out of my house.
You don't live here.
What?
I'm watching Twitch.
I thought I did.
Who's the bumbling idiot on the top left?
That's you.
So anyway, I appreciate the news letting us.
They
promote our
did such a
events.
great job. Shout out to 360 Images for they used their video, the video that we paid to have produced. And they played it on the news. It looked phenomenal with drone footage of the sofa races, but we're done. So I think we've done just about everything we can. Thanks to all the local blogs, publications, newspapers.
But hey, you guys can share it. All our listeners.
Yeah. Go there.
People that want free.
Is that video shareable of us? Like, let's get that sharing, man. Well, we got to do better on that.
ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, thehumidor.com, American Air and Heat, At Home Floor Store, Melissa Soroka, Danger Brain. Cellar City, West End. I just want to thank all the sponsors.
Everybody in the
that's
chat
the reason
room.
why we could do these free events is they can help us underwrite.
Everybody in the chat room knew that that's a marijuana leaf, except for you and
Where
I.
have you been?
I thought it was a palm tree.
I mean, it is, but
this always makes you feel better. We're sitting there and they're like, "Oh yeah, be quiet." They're talking. They're doing the show. Like we're in the news studio, and Daniel's like, "I'm going rogue, bro. I'm gonna freak out." I'll rip my shirt off.
Fuck with
and then I'm like, don't do
I'm gonna
it.
rip my shirt off. I'm gonna do Hulk Hogan, and then I'm gonna declare war on some people. I'm gonna call them out immediately
like,
on the show.
Don't do it. And they're like, dominate. I'm like, then I don't know. I'm like,
I reach for my shirt. I'm like, I'm gonna pop all these buttons. I'm gonna do it
because I'm like, I mean,
I'm about to spray these buttons all over this studio.
There is a small percentage chance that one day you'll go crazy. I always know it.
I think it's gonna be you. I think it's gonna be you.
Oh, that I'll finally pop.
Yeah.
The pressure will get to me
because we've been reversing roles lately. I've been bumbling more. I've got some stories that we'll get to a little bit later. They're little. There's really no topics. Any of the things that I wrote down to talk about today are really just things that I can throw out there, and then you guys can make fun of me, which is normally what Tom does.
Yeah.
You, though, on the other hand, have been getting angry faster, more. Like earlier this week, something had happened with the event. Yeah, a lot of yelling. He came in, threw his keys down, and went, "Go! Go!"
It turns out being hungry all the time on amphetamines make you mad.
You're hangry.
Be like, no, don't eat, and take a little bit of amphetamine. See what happens to make you mad.
I know. I'll pour some White Claw on top of it. That'll help.
No, that puts out the flames.
Does it? Doesn't. It makes me more angry. Then I wake up and I'm like, what did I text to my boss? Like that kind of thing. So anyway, speaking of drinking, should we do the shot now and start with a bang? Let's do it. Butler, do you want music?
Hey!
Or do you just want to do it cold with reverb?
Cold reverb.
Cold with reverb. There you are, sir. Let me make sure I got you down. And you're on red mic, so there you are. And you have the floor.
All right. Here's to the women that love me terribly. May they soon improve. The Rock and Roll Show 90210 FM.
Crazier than ever. My God.
Yeah, bumbling nonsense.
Side note, he actually had a different toast, but he had to rewrite it.
Oh,
he did.
Don't talk about it.
And
I
the
see what you did
asteroids come to take away the insufficiencies of the convex cowls.
Well, I want to plug this real quick. Because
crazy scientist.
We're giving away 2 Tom and Dan cruises for 2 people for free.
2? I thought we had 1.
We got 2. I'll explain. One is
2 cabins.
2 different cabins.
Yeah.
So we,
No, I thought we had 1 cabin.
Oh,
well,
we
I'm
got 2.
I'm going to plug the scratch off. You know, we're not going to do
okay,
it today.
cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
So one of them is
We're really bad. You know how much money we could have if we didn't do any of these events and
Stop
we kept
doing
it,
everything for free.
and we just charge for these 2 cabins.
Yeah,
It'd be a better life.
So Precision Door is one of our sponsors for our cruise, and they are giving away a cruise. We're going to do this bit called Remorse Court. So on the front of TomandDan.com, there's a little link with Precision Door cruise giveaway. You could fill it out. If you ever bought anything that you had buyer's remorse, we want to hear the story. You could submit your story, and we're going to pick a couple people and do a segment on the Friday Free Show and bring them in, and we're going to have some judges and pick a winner, and the winner's going to get a free cruise.
I'm
So
really trying to get my mom here to be a judge.
Yeah.
Because if you ever had a chance
I want your mom and Big Tim to be a judge.
And I think they'd be wonderful together. In fact, that might be the new hit podcast that rolls out would be My Mom and Big Tim, because I think they would get along, because Big Tim, if you don't get him super spicy angry, is one of the sweetest human beings you can meet. I have seen him angry one time with Ross when an event, I think it was the Orlando Indie Comedy Festival, was not going well.
Yeah.
It's fucking scary.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like you're in the same category as Big Tim. I don't want to see either of you really angry, because I feel like when you see it, you're going to be like, oh, shit, we should put that away. Like, that should never be opened before. But anyway, I think hopefully we can get those 2 as judges, and I think it'll be a really good show, really fun, really good judging.
But also, if he went like crazy, like a circus
what if he becomes my
day?
new dad?
Good.
What if my mom falls in love with Big Tim?
Yeah,
and they start fucking on the couch, like in front of me, and then what if a couple weeks later she's like, I'm in my 70s, but I am with child. And it's all big.
Finally get a sibling.
It'd rip her apart. It'd kill her. It would kill her. She'd never be able to recover from it.
I think it'd have some problems at that.
At that
women,
age.
It ups a lot of tests.
So it would basically be a smaller, fatter Christian Down syndrome Big Tim Murphy.
So anyway, if
I'm down to roll the dice on that.
If he went rogue, it'd take a lot of ammunition to bring him down. I'm just saying.
What's the baby or Big Tim?
Both of them. So the second cruise we're giving away, and we plan to launch it today, but unfortunately, our great merchman Eric had a family emergency.
Throwing some love to that guy.
Had to leave town. So anyway, we're going to launch it in probably 2 weeks. But we went to Nemours Children's Hospital with Yellow Brick Road Foundation to donate 2 wagons, because we wanted to see the process. We wanted to be there. We wanted to take a tour, see where these wagons end up and how they're utilized and stuff, because we feel like we've been partners with Yellow Brick Road for a long time, and it was important for me and Daniel.
Well, it's very
to
near
see
and
the
dear to
process.
our heart, and you guys, you listeners, all of you listening to this right now, and I was explaining this to one of the doctors, and they actually know of the stories of something as simple as us just being at, let's say, a beach shack and passing around a beer, beer mug, and then you guys stuffing money in it, and then we go to count it, it's $500, it's half a wagon. They know about all of that.
That's great.
It is
They
cool.
know that you guys give a fuck about these kids getting out of these hospital rooms.
And all the nurses and doctors really appreciate it, and they gave us a tour of their brand new facility. By the way, beautiful hospital.
Insane.
They're opening their 6th floor pediatric cardiac unit, and I mean, just the amount of detail they took into account for the kids that are going to be there.
Here's some things you
really
don't think about. To put it in perspective, this was something I heard that really solidified it to me. We all have the amazing technology. We have Bluetooth, and you're probably listening to us right now, possibly on Bluetooth earbuds or AirPods or something like that. Just now, are they getting to the point where they have the technology where they can have on children that need to be monitored 24/7 wireless leads for their body? Imagine what it would be like at, 3, to just be covered in fucking wires all day. And it makes me want to cry. And then not be able to lead. We're just now at the point where they can have wireless leads on their body where they can go and play but still be monitored by this amazing... They have a whole room that we got to see where it's basically all monitors of every kid there.
Yeah,
and they have
all their
EMTs that sit
vitals,
and watch it. It's fucking amazing.
So anyway, we interviewed one of the doctors there, a pediatric cardiologist, surgeon, and he was talking about how much the wagons mean
basically works on hearts about the size of a quarter.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. But anyway, so Yellow Brick Road purchased a cruise a while back, and Juan basically made a bunch of scratch-offs, custom scratch-offs.
He didn't make them himself. I mean, they're made by like a scratch-off company. He wasn't literally,
Macaroni art.
And so,
and I'll cover this one with this piece of
dried marinara sauce. Scratch it off.
Scratch off your marinara with your pasta.
And they're $5 a piece. 100% of all the proceeds go to Yellow Brick Road to buy more wagons for pediatric cardiology units around children's hospitals around Central Florida and like Nemours. So, but there's going to be one cruise winner, and there's a bunch of other merch winners.
A bunch of other cool prizes in there.
But you could purchase those, and that's going to help us. Our plan is between this, the scratch off promotion, which we will launch probably in 2 weeks.
We're going for the 10.
Yeah, and then on our beer fest, if you guys show up a little early, Juan's, we bought a bunch of I think 200 total custom pint glasses, and they're full pours. They're going to be on sale for $20 each before the beer fest starts, and all that money is going to Yellow Brick. Plus, Juan printed a bunch of T-shirts, but our goal is to right before the end of the year raise like $10K for Yellow Brick, and through both of these promotions, I think we can hit that goal. But we'll announce the scratch off soon. Like I said, we're going to launch it today, but it's just with one of our team members gone on a family emergency. We didn't want to screw it up because it's important to me.
Team members, what are you fucking corporate, man?
Put your hands in.
Yeah, what are you fucking corporate?
My
onward and upward. You're gonna start putting that on the bottom of your fucking emails.
It's important for me and Daniel to
sell out
to hit our goal, so we want to do it right anyway.
Yeah, we definitely want to do it. Yeah, I have a tendency to deflect when we linger on children's heart defects for too long. It makes me sad. So.
Anyway, speaking of me and Daniel switching roles, I got great pleasure in the fact that you're skimping on one of your daughter's Christmas presents this year, and you're not because Daniel Dennis has always gotten the best and the biggest, the top of the line.
Even J.C. Harrelson said that. I reached out to him about like possibly getting a truck, and he's like, I know which one you want, special editions only, right? And I'm like, yep,
yeah.
Don't give me that fucking roll down window bullshit.
But it comes to your daughter, you're like, the generic's fine.
Well, I like that. I never used to feel that way until I started. And I know
I agree with you.
Our good friend Chris Fisher knows all about this. Knows about the phenomenon that is American Girl dolls.
Now, why?
It's just a high-end doll. That's it. It's just a overly.
How does she know about them? Do her friends have them?
Now here's a fucked up thing. I don't know unless, like, I'm sure American Girl, we could get a representative. Maybe we should try and get somebody from American Girl. We have a store here in Orlando.
Mall, right?
Yeah, maybe we could reach out to them. But we started getting catalogs in the mail. That's how she fucking knows.
How did they know?
She checking the mail? Throw that shit out before she sees it.
Well, I mean, like, but, it's kind of fun at night. You don't think about it. You get sucked in. And I bet you they know this. You hand it to your daughter. It's almost like it takes the place of, like, a book, and we read it together, Like, that girl's cool. That girl's cool.
Oh, they're brilliant.
They are brilliant. So we're going through the catalog. She knows all about it. But then my wife finds that they have... Okay, so there's American Girl.
Yeah.
And then Target has dolls that are exactly the same that are called
I know.
Our Generation.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I thought you were going to name a different country.
I thought you were going to say, like, USA girls.
Like anything south?
Yeah.
All right, sorry.
Well, I bought some Saudi Arabia girl dolls. They're very odd. No, it's called Our Generation. So there's American Girl, and then there's Our Generation. And
it's a knockoff of American Girl.
And I swear to God, they look exactly the fucking same.
They do. I'm looking at them.
Yeah. Okay, so I can pull them up too to show everybody. I'll pull them up she
won't know.
Yeah, and my wife was telling me this. Now, it took me a long time to work it through my brain to get to the process of, well, I can be okay with Our Generation dolls, even though it doesn't have the cool fit and finish. It doesn't have the little books that come along with it.
I don't know. Their little outfits are way cuter than American Girl dolls.
They're pretty cute. They are pretty cute, but they're like maybe a fourth of the fucking price.
Yeah, get it.
It's so much cheaper. So much cheaper.
Listen, all I'm
She's
saying...
going to drag it around anyway, and it's probably going to be thrown here or there, you know?
Right.
Well, here's why you have to go American Doll the best, and I'll explain to you. So
American Girl Doll.
Here's
why you have to go American Doll best. I know. I'm the Russian doll maker. Me make best dolls. You get American Doll best. Apple pie, rock and roll.
because this goes...
One of them looks like Tiffany.
They all kind of look like
yeah. I mean, she's the Barbie.
Yeah, I mean, look at her. I mean,
She's blonde with the pink at the bottom.
Oh, yeah,
It looks just like her.
Wait, our generation?
Yeah.
By the way,
I haven't seen that one. That's the rough around the edges. Somebody fingered me in the freezer at Wendy's. American Girl Doll.
By the way, I somehow get great pleasure in the fact that I see Tiffany's post now, like holding her newborn back exactly, her body's perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
God
there it is.
damn it, I can't lose.
There it is.
Dude, it's fucking
I'm not
crazy.
going to ever mention it to anyone, my wife, nobody,
No,
but
you
I'm
can't.
just like, dude.
Do not be that asshole.
I'm like, it's possible.
Yeah, I mean-
I seen it right there, but real life.
Andrea's ridden like maybe 1,700 miles on her Peloton. I'm like, this motherfucker just popped the baby out, just fucking danced a couple times, and she's beautiful.
Right back
I'm like, that's a lot of bike riding. What are you riding? It looks like you're riding that
Jesus
dick.
Christ.
Like, I'm saying, 'cause
perfect.
you look perfect.
Back there.
It was almost like the baby came out, and then it's like she immediately, the nurses were like, and we're going to go ahead and put your bikini back on. And you can go to the beach now. We'll take care of the baby. Right?
Yeah.
It's just, that's genetics. That's
listen,
just fucking genetics, dude.
All I'm saying is that she proved it's possible.
Anything is possible.
To be fair, she didn't gain that much weight to begin with.
You're right.
No.
That's another thing.
No, now that you brought it up,
I was going to mention that part.
I'm going to tell
there's
Andrew.
another
Andrew's
one.
going to, you talked about what? I was like, Sam brought it up.
How dare you?
Sam was talking about it. Sam knows.
So, anyway, so here's why you have to go for the best. Because
our bathroom, by the way, our old bathroom, I'm going to have to put a sticker over what Tiffany wrote because my mom sees it's my mom's room now. And when my mom takes a shit, like right on the side, it says Tiffany, and then she wrote big old titties. I'm like, I have to put a sticker over.
Also, Dave Coulier's signature right above the toilet.
Yeah.
So
Mom
you're like,
doesn't
cut
know
it
who
out.
that is. Mom doesn't know who Dave Coulier is.
You're at the height of the mountain.
She's like, someone named Poinsett drew a shark near my toilet paper. I'm like, don't paint over it, Mom.
So, here's why. Earlier this week, you went to your Friendsgiving daughter's, Thanksgiving meal.
It was Friendshipsgiving.
Yeah. Which
I asked my wife, I was like, why do they do Friendshipsgiving? Why can't we do Thanksgiving? And she goes, well, there could be a Jehovah's Witness. And I was like, yeah, but it's not really a holiday, right?
Right.
Like, I know that they don't celebrate holidays, and I would be respectful to that. I would be respectful to anybody's religion.
But you're giving it a name, so it might as well be another made-up holiday.
Yeah, so what is it? What's Friendshipsgiving? And isn't it Friendsgiving? I was like, why didn't they do Friendsgiving?
It's
But
just
they do
Thanksgiving.
They do Friendshipsgiving.
it has the word thanks in front of it. It's not associated with anything.
But my daughter is also...
I mean, they did kill all the Indians after.
Yeah.
Close
man.
after.
They hacked their heads off.
Yeah.
Really nice blankets.
They're like, these guys know how to hunt. Kill them all. Steal all their meat,
All
and
right,
then we'll
teach us
die.
how to hunt, and then we're just going to hack your hands off so you can't steal our Spanish gold. So one of the things that I realized that was odd in Friendshipsgiving is that my daughter, I feel, is scammy, sort of like you and I are. I mean, we don't talk very much about my scamming because yours is very, and I hope you won't take offense to this. Very
I don't even know what
you're very street level scamming.
Yeah.
And mine is a very, very higher level of mind manipulation where I gaslight my victims until they believe what like my wife.
Yeah. It's white collar scamming, blue collar.
Yeah,
scamming. I'm shuffling around cups with shit in it.
Yeah, exactly. You're a shit.
I'm like, pick which cup has the thing.
You're a cup shitman, and I'm more of a mental manipulation, terrifying
white
my
collar
wife.
shit.
Yeah. So I realized, in doing this, my daughter wrote, like, I'm going around the table, and all the kids write, like, something they're thankful for, and the only kid that wrote something that, like, was, like, dead on, like, Hallmark was my daughter. All the other kids were like, I'm happy my parents buy me lots of stuff. And I'm not throwing shade. It is what it is, right? I'm happy my daddy's car is awesome. Like, it was like that kind of stuff. When I got to Maisie, she was like, I'm happy I have loving parents, a good home, and great friends. You know, it was like, I'm like, this motherfucker.
All the rich parents are like, that's what the poor kids say.
That's true.
The poor kids
Poor kids don't say that either.
Yeah, they're elbowing each other.
You don't say that.
They're like elbowing each other and pointing to what Maisie wrote, and they're like, see which one doesn't belong in our neighborhood? This one, the poor kid who's thankful for shit.
They're thankful they have food.
She wrote
the kid with the tattooed dad is thankful for love. That's all they can afford.
Fucking hippies.
Which brings me to my point.
I got to pull this up so I can accurately represent what she wrote. Because Andrea, okay, here it is. There it is. You can see it's a ham turkey, and she writes, "What are you thankful for?" And Maisie writes, "Having a home, food, and clothing."
Oh, yeah.
That's what poor people are thankful for. I was like, this motherfucker's scamming, though, because everybody else is like, my daddy's Mercedes goes wicked fast. You know, like, it was always
I like those kids.
Yeah, those kids are better. I feel like.
You're happy for love, boring.
Yeah, fucking clothes.
So
you have the worst clothes of anybody in our class because you're poor.
You're making my other point, which is during that same Friendsgiving, didn't Maisie also bring up, the fact that...
Hey, okay.
Well,
yeah.
This made me laugh, too, because you said you were sitting there, you're like, this is
She
a beautiful
brought up
day.
my drinking problem.
And then, what did she say exactly?
Okay,
now it's starting to sound like the poor kid.
It's always going to end in poor kids, Sam. So we walk outside, we put our blankets down. We're the first parents there because we can walk there, as poor people do. And so we put our blankets out, and we sit down, and all the parents start coming, and they're crowding around, and I know all of them, and they got their sack lunches, and we sit down for Friendsgiving picnic, and Maisie, I go, it's really I go, this weather, it's really nice out here. And Maisie goes, you should have brought some White Claws.
Ratting you out.
And all the other parents
and Andrew's like, alcoholic idiot.
So now, and here's the thing: you're not poor, but being poor is subjective.
No, it's not.
Well, I'll tell you why. You're always poor to someone, and then unless you're not, then you're the richest.
No,
it's true.
That's not how that works. You can be less rich than someone. Being poor is being poor.
You're right, but being poorer than you are is still being poorer
no, it's
than
just
you
less
are.
rich.
Just
It's
less
not poor.
fortunate.
Poor is completely different.
Okay, well, I guess you could say okay, if you want to put a number to it, you could say like, okay, if you make under $30,000 a year, that puts you in a certain demographic of wealth, and but in this community, we could say that Daniel is probably, and we joke around about it a lot because of your tattoos and
I don't
what you
fit
do
in
for a
around
living.
here. No, I don't belong here.
Everybody,
Fish out of water.
Everybody's being
Yeah.
like, oh, he's the guy.
It's always been a joke. Even my neighbors who like me, they make a joke about it.
You
They're
bought
like,
the
sitting out in your lawn chair again. Huh? I'm like, yep.
You bought the foreclosure, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
That's what So of course we throw around poor like it's not poor, but it's poorer than the people.
On
around
Halloween,
here.
I had one neighbor. She's a sweet lady. She pulled me aside. She goes, "Your daughter is so well behaved and so well spoken for trash." I said, well, "Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. Thank you."
Because
she is good trash.
There is a subjectivity to it, because if you told me, back in my poorest heroin alley days, oh, look at this guy and look what his income is and look what his lifestyle is, I'd be like, if they were talking about me, if it was me looking at me 15 years ago, I'd be like, that motherfucker's rich. Like oh my God, he's got it all. But if now in my situation, if someone else, I'm trying to think who's way better off than me, but a lot of people.
Can't think of anybody, huh?
No, dude, most of our listeners.
144, I can't think of anybody.
Chris Fisher. No, there are a lot of our listeners I meet that look at my house. Look
You got a nice house. I've been to your house.
It is nice relative.
You've been to his house? When did you start letting the help in your house?
It is. No, I'm not saying I live in a shithole. It's
One
nice.
time I made it there.
I'll say it.
But-
it's a shithole. No, I'm kidding. It's not. It's nice.
You have a pool. To me, you're rich.
It's
I know.
a big ass house too.
Yeah, it is
it's not
big.
a little house. He stole that house. He fucking stole that house.
Listen, I bought my house during the recession for $178,000.
It's a lot of house.
But I'm not even arguing that. All I'm saying is that if a lot of rich people look at me and be like, this guy,
Okay, I'm starting to worry to get back to the our generation versus American Girl dolls, you got me on the fence a little bit here because I'm going back and forth. I'll show our listeners.
By the way, Sam, I used to say the same shit when people complained about the same thing. I know
because I'm still poor. So I'm like, man, shut the fuck up, Owen.
I know how you feel.
Here are the Girl of the Year dolls from American Girl. You've got Lucinda, Blair.
I like these better.
And then I go over to the My Generation dolls, and they do look a little shitty.
No, they're cute.
All I'm saying
bow-legged
is that now when Maisie goes back to her friends and then
they'll compare.
talks about the My Generation compared to the rich people's
Here's
American
what you do. You
doll.
take it out of the box, right?
Okay.
And then put it like in a gift bag. Don't let her see anything where it doesn't say American Girl doll.
I'm
Should
sure.
I write American Girl doll on there?
No.
No. Don't do that.
In drunken handwriting?
She'll know.
With a Sharpie.
She's smart.
That's like your stepdad drawing a Nike swoosh on your airwalks that he buys at Payless. And like, they're the same. And then you're like, oh, no. This makes it worse.
It's like my dad when he bought me that robot that was supposed to shoot back at my laser tag, and he was like, well, I guess Santa Claus just fucked up in that whole story. Yeah.
There is, and it goes against everything you've always said, Daniel, which is you have to pay for the utmost quality. Although it's hard because I bet you.
Oh, my wife's in there. Fuck. So Andrea's in the Twitch chat room. She said, Andrea, call in. Just call in. Okay, I don't call it My Generation. It's all going to be American Girl to her.
There she goes. Yeah, see,
she says they are made by they're made by American Girl.
Oh,
so it's like a knockoff. Yeah.
They are. Well, then I'm okay with that.
Yeah, you're fine.
Then I'm okay with that.
Well,
it makes me feel a little.
Why'd they make them? So that the poors can buy it?
You motherfucker.
They're falling into the trap. They're like, we'll make some for the poors. Here we go. And the rich people know that. And they're like, oh, there we go.
They have our generation dolls. We have American Girl dolls.
Now, obviously, none of this shit matters. Who gives a fuck? But
it does matter. Being judged by other people matters. Like, when did we decide that what other people think doesn't matter? Who was the idiot that said that? It does matter. It absolutely matters. If it didn't matter, then when you died, everybody would show up to your fucking funeral. Of course it fucking matters.
They, one time I was talking to Bushy back in the day, and I didn't understand, like, I was like, what fucking suit jackets? They're all the same shit, you know? Like, this suit jacket, they all look the same to me. Made no difference. And he's like, oh, no, the brand matters. There's, like, rich people look and see what kind of brand you're wearing, at least
we don't talk to Bushy anymore, but since we don't, I'm just going to throw this out there. No. Every time, and I mean every time his name ever comes up, even to this day, I think of pubic hair. Every time. It's because I'm a child. Babe, is she going to know the difference in these? You're making me buy these Bobo dolls now.
She's totally not going to know because she won't know. They, like kids, she's 4. She's, 4 and 5-year-olds, they don't look at, like, the boxes. They can't read, so they're not going to know the difference.
I'm going to tell her, though. I'm going to say, like, you don't want these. You want the real dolls so Daddy doesn't get judged by the rich people we live around.
I'm going to buy Tommy and Max American Girl dolls. Oh. Look how much better this one is.
Then later down the line, you'll be like, these boys, they won't stop playing with their dolls. I really fucked up on this one.
My papa told me, God!
All to just try to fuck with my business partner. My sons are like doll makers now.
I've done my research on this, and I did my research, and I used coupons, and I saved $140
No, more than that.
On everything that I bought.
No, total you saved $200 because you went back.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
Yeah, she went back. She saved over $200 on these dumb dolls because she used like a Target coupon. She's like her mom. She's got the coupon, the organization, came on the right day, got the doll, combined it with the other thing, and then you get like, 60% off or whatever.
Now, what if I bought Maisie an American Girl doll for Christmas that I presented? I go the opposite.
I like this.
I go straight to where's the most expensive American doll? At the store, right?
Oh, yeah. You got to go to Millennium. Well, it's the one that they call the Truly Me doll. And it's where you go down there with a picture of Maisie, and then they make a doll that fucking looks like her with the haircut.
I'll do it. And then
do it. Please do it.
I'll take away my own
If I do it, I'll get a divorce. If you do it, I'm just like, this. My business partner's a fucking crazy person.
I'll not.
I seriously don't think she will know the difference. So she has one American Girl doll called a Welly Wisher. It was like
it's the Bobo
the
one.
lower.
Yeah, it's the Bobo
one. Bobo one. So,
it's Bobo.
And Our Generation is also American Girl brand. It's just
is it?
Target. So
I didn't think it was. I thought it was Target brand.
No.
Tom's right. I take them all back. It's all trash.
I think Lamborghini makes tractors or some shit too. I'm just saying.
They do make I think that's how they started.
Yeah. All I'm saying is I'll knock my own son's Christmas down a peg just so I could go buy the American Doll
and knock my Christmas down 5 pegs.
Yeah. And if Maisie's truly Daniel's daughter, she'll know.
Oh, she will know.
If she has a...
I really like the doll Uncle Tom got me.
Oh, yeah, because the fit and finish is a little bit better.
Yeah, it is.
The presentation's a little bit better.
The boxing is better.
Certificate.
It comes with a book. I mean, the Our Generation dolls, I've seen them. Every kid that goes into Target sticking his booger fingers all on him and his fucking shit hands.
Like, are these real leather shoes? Oh, yeah. The top.
But Our Generation, it's plastic.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of garbage.
Just the best.
All right. Hey, did you watch us on the news today?
Nope, I was working.
All right. Anything else?
I got stuff to do. I don't just play radio.
Get the fuck out of here. Hang up on her. Haven't done that in a minute.
Yeah. My wife says that too, and I'm like, "What do you do, really? I don't know."
What, her? Or she says that
She
to
calls you all day.
You're going like, "Look at this house. You want to buy it? No, all right, next one." Are you selling it? He's like, "No, that's not how it works." Then how does it work?
Okay, here we are. We got some rooms. You guys go ahead without me. Walk in there. If you like it, great. If you don't, great.
It's everything you saw on the internet. Exactly. There it is.
Do you really need me here? Just look, I'm going to go down to Chick-fil-A. Call me if you like it.
Yeah. By the way, can't you do this without me?
Do they still stage food in those walkthroughs?
That's
and stuff
open
like
houses.
that?
Open houses, which apparently don't work. It's only for your neighbors to snoop around and judge your house.
Hey, we should do, could your wife...
Let's do an open house with Crystal.
But could Crystal,
we'll tag along.
could Crystal set it up so, or if we have, okay, first of all, we're going to need a BDM that wants to sell their house.
Yeah.
We need a mark.
Oh, okay. Well,
Then we get your wife to, get it ready and list it.
Oh, yeah.
Then we'll, the Tom and Dan team, since you're calling it that now, we'll stage it, but we'll put pranks and cameras everywhere. So it's like a person like, this is the bathroom, walk in there, open it, lid, big old fucking shit news right in there, big old brown steak. And then we're like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, you try to flush it, it starts spraying water, and all kinds of hijinks happening.
Then the final is where you come out in a ski mask.
And I'm like, nobody fucking move!
And then
Everybody take their clothes off, I'm gonna rape every one of you!
She pulls out her little 22 that
and shoots
bought
me dead. And she's like, it's happened before. Help me pull this body out of my van.
Yeah, should definitely mace you. Because apparently they all got like a lot of realtors carry concealed weapons.
Yeah,
because,
did you know Butler has Dog the Bounty Hunter bear mace in his truck? And he showed it to me, and I'm like, put that down. You're about to spray both of us.
Hey, man, shit happens, bro. You got to blind somebody with it.
It's 2.5 feet long bear mace with an extendable tube on the front of it. It's the same kind Dog the Bounty Hunter
With
has.
a grip. Yeah, it's got a plastic grip.
I did spray a tiny mace in my pocket because I had my wife's keys.
Idea.
My wife has a mace on a keychain, and all it takes is a little flip up the cap, and then
it needs to be
crazy.
easily accessible. Right?
Well, yeah, I guess you're right, but what that caused us digging in my pockets for maybe theragel.
Oh, you made your theragel?
I
Did
still
you eat it?
Oh, I got it down.
It's just like putting Tabasco in a Tic Tac.
You gotta get it back down into your stomach.
Yeah.
Like, oh, cleared my sinuses. But I did. I was like, I think it's sprayed. Then I closed my pocket so it didn't.
He left it in there, and it's kind of like that area.
My family was there.
It's like that concrete area that the U.S. used to do their missile testing underneath, and then it's eroding around it. There's tons of radiation in there. We're testing down there, and we're just put a concrete dome over it. And never look at it again. It's fine. fine.
I do like
Completely fine.
The extreme, like, toxic trash scenario where
we
there's
have a
like,
lot of that now.
put a big dome.
Gotta put a trash dome on it.
They put a dome over some oil leak recently down.
Chernobyl's got like 2 domes over
Oh, yeah.
it.
Yeah,
They put a dome. They put a dome over the dome.
like two dome.
Dome.
But there's like, oil's leaking, toxic sludge, and put a dome.
Put a dome on it.
And then never talk
Put some
about it.
cat litter on it. Yeah.
You want to take a little break, buddy?
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a little break, and then we'll come back, and I don't know what we'll do when we'll get back. We'll do something fun.
Yeah, we got voicemails, Oprah's favorite things, my nipple shirt that apparently...
No, we should have already talked about that,
order a bunch of
probably.
business shirts that make my nipples hard.
Yeah.
They don't calm down because they're still raging right now.
I know.
I feel like these shirts are making your nipples grow. Like they're making them. It's almost as whoa. Put those things away, buddy.
I know, yeah. It's I don't know why that happens, but it's instant. And it
Is
happens
that
to
why you were
Travis, too.
hunching over in the news?
Yes, yeah.
Because he had self-piercing nipples. Just had water.
Like this is a triggering people. Like, I'm sorry. I'm trying to put post-it notes in, and you can see them through.
I'm watching the
them down.
news to find out about this goddamn witch hunt that's happening, and this motherfucker got his titties out on the news. They're writing letters.
And do you dress up to the news for the news? Like
I think you're supposed to. You know what? Next time we do the news, let's wear full of Dumb and Dumber tuxedos.
that's what I feel like. Everybody's looking there. Like I'm like, is this a charity thing? You have to do like one, like a
These
month.
are convicts, right? All right, it's new music from the Restarts. The name of the song is Living a Lie. It's from their Uprising album, just came out. We'll be back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan right after this.
I'm sure you guys know by now, but if you're looking to buy or sell a house, it's the Bart Merrick team,
Yeah.
barttherealtor.com.
And you actually sleep with the Bart Merrick team.
Me and Bart.
Really?
Okay.
Give a good pumping. Good pumping.
A lot of people don't know. Every night
A lot of people don't know you 69 Bart Merrick. All the time.
I feel like he's like, I wanted you to go, have creative control over it, but
Go the
it's
other
too
way.
much.
I lost control.
No more. Anyway, we have a gentleman on the line, Brad. How you doing, Brad?
Pretty good. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Brad,
good.
what was the first thing that popped through your head the minute you realized that Tom 69's Bart Merrick?
Don't comment
I can
on it.
believe it. He's a man.
Well, Bart's an attractive man. Like,
He
why
is,
wouldn't
yeah.
you do that?
He is.
It's a tall drink of water, and you know what that means. Big old America. Just saying. Is it America or America?
Come on. So, Brad, did you bought a house with Bart Merrick?
Yeah, me and my brother bought a house, contacted Crystal, and she got back to us real quick.
Wait a minute. You're talking to Tom's wife? You get the fuck out of here.
Yes. So you work primarily with my wife. I mean, here's the good thing is that when you...
A lot of men work with your wife, Tom.
when you call the Bart Merrick team, you have Crystal and Bart helping you out
You
at
do.
the same time. So you're getting
Well, it's all
two
the thing-
realtors working full time.
and they're
for you.
also full-time realtors. So,
Yeah, yeah.
like, chances are you're going to get your question answered at least within the hour.
It's not your
Super
cousin
fast.
who's a firefighter who does it part time. Who's like, I think this is the law. I got my license like 2 years ago. I've only done 5 of these. So you're going to have a crazy amount of experience. I mean, my wife's already done 100.
Your mom.
God damn it. Damn you, Bart Merrick!
He goes, Mom, you trying to go over.
What am I about to
I
Bart
do it
Merrick?
all the time, too. I do it all the time, too.
Anyway, so
People will be like, well, what's your wife doing tonight? And I'm like, well, my mom's in I'm sorry.
what does that happen?
I fucked my mom.
God damn it! I feel like my pop-up would never do this. Right?
I feel like Bart's going to call you today. About the ad.
You talked about fucking your mom, and then you said you're 69.
And what was this whole... Well, the only part I do approve is the Big Merrick.
You can say that.
More Big Merrick, less fucking the mom.
So, Brad, how was your experience overall?
Well, my one's pretty great. My brother, at the beginning, was very iffy until Crystal pulled up in WRX. What she did, my brother was like, she's cool. I want her as a real kid. All right.
Your brother's some frat boy. He's like, I don't know, but she drove the WRX.
WRX, you got big titties, bro. Yo, son, she's fine as hell. The Bart Merrick team. She's fine as hell.
Did you tune that thing? Talking to my wife, who had no idea. Anyway, Brad, I'm sorry to bother you.
Brad, you did more harm than good.
Yeah. Brad's driving his truck. He's like, I'm driving my truck. I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah, totally fine.
In danger.
Just wipe the Coke off your nose and we'll do the ad.
Well, I appreciate you using the Bart Merrick team. And, of course, have you been in the studio yet? Because you get that.
No, not yet, because I'm usually working when you guys are doing your thing. You know.
You're not welcome. There's something about it.
After what you said about Tom's wife, you are not welcome.
I'm joking. Yeah. Anytime it's an open invitation, just shoot us an email and you can come in and watch the show, all right?
Will do. Thanks, man.
All right,
Thanks,
man.
Brad.
Stay safe out there, man. Be good.
Yeah, have a good one.
See ya.
BartTheRealtor.com.
Big old Mary.
Go on.
Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I am Tom.
You can hear some of our CBE guys. They're taking off now. They're hitting the road. They dropped off some delicious beer that they're going to have out at the Bad at Business Beer Fest tomorrow.
And T-shirts.
Yes.
These T-shirts. Yeah, I put it up on Twitch.
So
you guys can see it. Man, look how good this shirt came out.
I really like and appreciate those guys' dedication to building that group and making it super.
Yeah, it's
cool
phenomenal.
They really did a good job, and we have a bunch of Facebook subgroups that have gotten really big, and you could check them all out if you're a BDM. Go on the BDM page. I mean, there's literally a group for every single person and every interest that you're into.
Mm-hmm.
But the craft beer enthusiasts went above and beyond, and their group is it's almost there are Facebook pages that are businesses now, and they're kind of turning theirs into a business in its own show.
I mean,
we love it.
They're this close to just launching and then just kind of doing their own thing, and we'll check in with them, but they're selling stuff and doing events and doing their own events and doing charity components and doing T-shirts and doing pint glasses, doing specialty beer glasses. It's like, keep doing it, guys. Please, keep doing it.
I want the CBE group to be bigger than us.
Oh, please, so we don't have to work anymore.
And then we're like, please plug us.
Yeah,
I want that.
Plug our show. Make us famous.
Yeah. Just in a world where there's unlimited everything, it's why look at anything like it's some sort of competition anyway.
I want to play a voicemail for you because I think you're really going to like this, and normally I don't dictate where we go here, but I'm just going to shot in the dark. I'm just going to play this one and see what you think, because I have a feeling you're going to like this one or not.
I'd like to look back and think that I was mature for my age, but there was this instance when I was 17 years old and I was looking for a job, and I responded to an ad in the newspaper that was looking for young teens.
No.
And I showed up at a motel in Cocoa Beach in a business suit, and I was interviewed by some hillbilly with no teeth. I don't remember what the job was for, but I was really scared and ended up leaving right away. What situations have you guys been in like that?
My God, woman.
Okay, wait.
Never go to a sketchy motel.
She has a second partner. Here we go.
And just to clarify my previous message, the ad was for teens who like to travel.
No!
I didn't know that I was going to a motel.
You were almost sex trafficked.
If I had taken the interview any further, I'm pretty sure I would have been sold into some type of weird child sex slavery.
Yes.
Do you like to travel in a crate to some weird country with
see the world?
That's literally what they put out to get teens in sex trafficking.
That's fucking
rings.
crazy, dude.
Like legit police stations have put that out. Do not let your kid go to these.
Listen,
my God,
you like.
What's a dangerous situation you've ever been in?
Oh, I mean, I've put myself into really dangerous. Now, if I was a woman, definitely would have definitely been raped by now and killed. Because
you'd be dead.
I have very little awareness about like dangerous
Most
situations.
women don't go solo to pick up a Craigslist deal in a bikini. That's you. You're driving out there.
Yeah, I'll be tricked into anything.
Picking up some boogie boards.
Yeah.
You know, you walking in. He asked me to wear lingerie. Maybe I'll get a better price.
Yeah. Because especially when I was younger, naive as shit. Like the stuff that Tiffany used to tell us about.
Oh my god,
she put herself in some sketchy situations.
Well, that's I talk about the
be in this music video, come to this hotel room.
Yeah,
it was like
Splackavelli.
And it's because when you're young, I guess you're less jaded by the world. Like as you get older, you're like, oh, everybody is a piece of shit out there to try to scam you or get you. So when you're younger, I guess your perception is like, maybe like.
I think
you also
born
have
with that though.
You have more of a dream of what the thing is like everybody hears that story of being discovered or like it's the same as winning the lottery, like, oh, this person discovered me or this person rocketed me to fame and all this stuff. So you hear those stories, but you don't hear the thousands and thousands of other stories where it didn't work out because no one tells those stories. It's not as popular.
There's a little bit of the nature nurture that you talk about in that, I think, though, too, because like May, my daughter, is not at all trusting. Like, some kids like are kind of aloof.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you can be like, okay, we'll go with this guy. You'll be good. She doesn't do that.
Yeah.
It's weird, and it's almost bothersome. It's almost like not.
You've been hammering into her head like because
I haven't had one fucking talk with her about stranger danger.
I'm sure Andrew has.
I have done limited parenting here.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I have never said. Now, remember, I've never done one of those talks. But like, if I were to introduce her, even to like some of you guys that are friends of mine that I've known,
she's very shy.
If I said, "Hey, go," like she's so shy, she'll be like, "Nah, I don't like him." Or like she formulates opinions easy. She's very non-trusting.
I like her. She sounds like me.
Oh, you guys are like, would totally get along, man.
I feel like though we're warning our kids.
She hates Uber, likes Lyft.
Like how many? Like the people that are out there to kidnap kids. I feel like they have learned that everybody's warning their kids about like don't go and to the guy giving out candy in the white van.
So the guy's like, I need a different approach.
I feel like we're teaching kidnappers the way not to do
blue van.
Because I feel like
candy. I'll use beef jerky.
They're like, don't like we tell Tommy like if someone comes with a puppy, like, can you help me find my puppy? They're out
you
to
actually
get you.
have these talks.
my wife starts with it. I'm like, yeah.
I don't think my wife has either.
I'm sure she has.
No, I don't think she has.
Yeah, you have to tell them.
We're just giving it up to God because I'm a good Christian man now. I'm just giving it to God.
I mean, statistically is fine, but I do feel like a savvy kidnapper kidnap my kids.
I'd be like a puppy. I want to see. Like I'd be over there too. I'd be like, let me see the puppy.
What kind of candy?
What are we talking here? I mean, if we're talking peanut M&Ms, you can finger my butthole. I'm just saying. Have you had a peanut? Who here has had a peanut M&M?
I have, of course. The best M&M.
That's the best M&M. Put your finger in my ass and give me the M&M.
Pretzel or crunch.
Yeah, this guy.
Pretzels are pretty good too. Not as good as peanut. I'm a peanut guy.
This creepy old man's gonna give me peanut M&Ms and suck my dick. Pretty awesome. Like, I don't know about the kids, but I want that. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Way off the rails there. Here, let me scrambling. Gotta find another. Here was the other. Here, I'll cleanse it. Here, try this voicemail.
Hey guys, I'm just listening to the Friday Free Show, and talking about shaking turds out of your leg and stuff like that. But Butler mentioned leaning up against a brick wall and taking a shit, and it reminded me of this one time when I was underage and inebriated with some friends, and a friend of mine, last time I ever hung out with him, but he took a shit.
Why'd you have to preface that? Did you think that we were going to pass judgment and be like, this is your friend?
No.
You felt the need to tell us, last time I ever hung out with him, trust me, this was the deal breaker. Something fucked up happened. So, look, you didn't have to do that. In fact, but now I'm a little bit intrigued because you did preface.
By the way, zero chance the news stations listen to this show, right?
Jamie King's a big fan.
The old man and the M&Ms, and now there's no.
They said they listen a lot. And I said, well, because we already talked
Maybe
to
listen to a corporate
we talked to
time.
Amy Caulfield about coming in for chatting with the Masters, because she's been doing this for a minute, even though when you looked at her, you wouldn't think so. She looks amazing. And she said she would come in. I said, well, we can do like a PG for you. And she says, how about PG-13? And then I got a boner, ran for my car.
Don't say that. All right.
She's not coming now.
Hung out with him.
No way.
But
there's my favorite part.
Did with some friends, and a friend of mine. Last time I ever hung out with him.
See?
But he took a shit in the little plastic area where like your Coke comes out at the vending machine.
Wow.
What?
That's impressive.
It's also an awesome prank.
Did he stick his ass in the box?
I think I can
press it into the
How
hole.
cool is his ass?
I think I can do that.
I mean, you gotta have some strong quads.
That's a deep squat.
Yeah, because it's low.
Definitely a CrossFit move.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
That's definitely CrossFit.
I think I'd shit into my hand and just put it in.
Not your hand. Everybody knows you shit into a 7-Eleven bag, and then you do the reverse move. You lay it in your hand, then you pull the bag down, and then it's a reverse dog bag. You do a reverse dog bag. Here, he keeps going. Oh, man.
So he took a shit there where like the can rolls out, and then he didn't have anything to wipe with, so he like spread his cheeks and went towards the corner of the brick wall and just kind of like glided up and down.
Oh my! Come on!
No,
he's ripping his asshole.
By the way, I can't. Sometimes I can't defend it. They're like, "What? Who listens to your show?" Like they listen. They're like, "They're not all like that." And they're like, "That's all I hear."
I will have you know that thousands of people will be at our beer fest.
I'm like, "Yeah, but there's the doctor." Like, I always bring up the doctor that saved Daniel's mom's leg. And I remember her calling, taking shit in the vending.
Well, okay, so there is an equation for every.
What's worse, shitting in the vending machine or wiping your ass on the corner of a building?
Oh, they're both equally
wiping
bad.
ass on the corner.
Oh, the equation you're looking for is for every doctor that saves my mom's life, there are 3,000. 3,000 wall shitters. That's the equation.
You employed one.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Employees.
Butler's listening to this. He's like, done it.
And that I see that vision in my head every night before I go to sleep.
Every night.
Have a good day.
There you go. That's what he called it.
Thanks. Now I'm going to see that tonight.
Every night.
Before I go to sleep.
I think that's a great prank. I think the pooping into where the sodas roll out, that's a great prank, man.
You know,
trying to get a sensible Coke Zero.
Yeah, all I want is a ice cold Coke Zero. Now it's got doo-doo all over.
Also, it's like where did he say he was at? Like a hotel or something?
I think so. Yeah.
So anyway, I also like to envision the like stressed out businessman or
just going to get ice.
Trying to get some caffeine.
He's like,
he's got his mistress in the other room. He's going to get ice.
And then
he's waiting on some young teen to come get a job.
All he wants to do is go back to his room, take a few sips of his Coke Zero, and then have this hooker shit stomp his balls. But he can't have it happen because his Coke Zero's got turds on.
He reaches there, he's like, God damn! He's like, who would do this? Like, just so
and then the girl
mad.
leans out the room. She says, "Is everything okay?" It's fine.
So mad because it's beyond explanation why you would do that. Like, it makes no sense. But this shows you, guys, because especially young guys, will shit everywhere.
Everywhere, not anywhere.
This is a guy's thing. Yeah. I rarely hear about girls like my friends.
That we should morph Shark Week into more because.
One of my buddies got so blacked out during a wedding, he shit into the ice container in a limo.
Yeah. It was the wizard. Am I not supposed to say that?
What was Pudge doing at this time?
He was there
leave Pudge out of this. We love Pudge.
We're taking pictures with our flip phones.
I have a confession to make since we're talking about this.
My buddy shit off like a third-story roof.
I have a confession to make. I wish my wife had been on the line. I might have to call her back. Do you have her number? Can you use caller ID and call her back?
Possibly.
Pooped on a half pipe before.
Yeah, you need to call her back if you can, Sam.
On the half pipe? On the transition or in the middle?
Yeah. Well, I kind of put my ass on the edge of the lip and go,
no! So your turd dropped in.
Roll in.
It dropped in.
I'm telling you, it's a
Tony
guy's
Plop.
thing.
Don't talk about that. I will call my wife back because this is a... we're talking about shitting, and I got inspired by my neighbor, Stuart, the Canadian. he walked out of his house to go to Publix, and he cranked a fart in front of me.
No.
And it takes a special type of...
she forwarded my call.
Oh, she did? Yeah, she knows. It takes a special type of neighbor to know that that's going to be appreciated. There's a lot of trust there. There's a lot of trust there. And so he cranked this huge fart, and I thought it was hilarious. And it was loud. It was a loud dad fart. He's older. He's got some kids. It was excellent. I gave him a salute. He gave me a salute. He was off to Publix. I was inspired. I had just gotten off the Peloton bike. I had on my cycling shorts, a sweaty shirt, because you guys, I post those pictures. I'm literally drenched in sweat. I got my headband on, and I've got my water bottle. My wife is pulling in to see me. The garage is up. I'm standing out there. I'm letting Caesar, the dog, go potty.
Yeah.
And I see her, and I was inspired by Stuart, so I'm going to crank a fart. So as my wife's walking in, now I had my car parked out of there because I was going to rearrange some stuff in the garage. So I knew I had optimum acoustics. The whole garage is wide open. So as my wife is walking, I lift my leg and I go to fart. And I squeeze with all my might, and I do it, and I rip the juiciest, loudest fucking fart ever. But then I also systematically filled my cycling shorts with 100 sticks. Like, I filled it full of diarrhea.
Come on.
To the point where I had to hold, the legs are grippy. But I've lost
have an
weight.
ass pad in there?
It does have an ass.
It's soaked into the ass pad?
It's soaked in the ass pad.
You got to get a new one. You can't wear this
I washed
again.
it. I washed it.
Throw that around.
So I had to take my leg holds and hold them together. And even holding them together, I had turds fall out of my pants.
Come on.
Onto my tile.
You are not going on the news again.
And hold on. And this is my ad. And they fell onto my floor. And luckily, I didn't have carpet anymore. At-home floor stand.
There, we got the goods.
We got the goods. All right. Is that? Mark that. Mark that. And we're gonna. Then that's an air check. At-home floor store.
That guy will be right one day. No one will sponsor us. He'll be like, I don't think he was right. So
we were listening to another podcast, and someone said that podcasting gets no sponsors. Remember that? Because if you use foul language, you can't get sponsored.
That's my next That's my next voicemail.
Hey guys, I guess this message would be best suited for an OG show or BDM, because I feel like this guy probably doesn't listen.
No.
Wanted to dive a little deeper into Remy. I guess it's a bit.
Okay, I mean, I could go further, but
okay. Well,
go further. No, let's hear the man out.
Does he know? Is that real? I find myself amused and confused simultaneously with this whole bit. If it's a bit, I don't know. Maybe it's legit. I'll hang up and listen. BDM for life. Love you guys.
Well, what do you mean?
Yeah, you need to tell us what do you mean by
you're hearing us all figured out at the same time. Like, you're not. I mean,
you're reading the book.
Do you think this is planned?
It's the same set of eyes.
Yeah. Like, the adventure you're following is live action. This is not. None of this is planned.
This is 100% Little Mermaid live.
Like, we write some words down on the paper every once in a while. That's as far as it goes. So. We too are confused, and there's a confusion, and
I think there's a state of confusion,
and there's a
remorse.
Good or bad.
Yeah. There's a weigh it out. There's a go too far. There's a not far enough. There's
What is it? What's happening?
There's and then there's the
it's okay.
And then there's the where am I? There's a lot of different.
Is this okay?
Yeah.
No.
Because it's like, if you are, then no. But if you aren't, then
that's
because like it's I don't know what to do anymore. Because like if a doctor came and told you yes he is, I'd be like
no.
But if the doctor came in and said no, just I'd be like
Totally laughing. So someone gets it. We don't know. We're trying to listen.
Everybody in the Twitch chat room. Tracy says
we don't want to be
the
bad
best
people.
Explanation. Thank you, Tracy.
We don't encourage this.
We're not bad people. We're trying to do the right thing.
Yeah. So this is not. We will not exploit anybody.
No,
and it seems like it is, but it's
not. Yeah, because if somebody came to me and said, "Hey, motherfucker, this is the deal," I'd be like, you know what?
Yeah, this is.
I am so fucking sorry,
Yeah,
but nobody's doing that, so I'm like, ring the alarm.
Good, bad, no.
Pass the tequila.
Yeah, as Remy would say, pass the tequila.
Here's the good part. We'll all figure it out together.
I hate all of you.
I think, you know what? Thanks for tying a bow
Sam
on it.
claims she figured it out. I don't know yet.
Sam came close because I was privy to some of.
Yeah, she may not be in the room the next time.
I was privy to some
be a
of
part
Sam's research, and I got to tell you, what happened next was shocking.
It was.
It was shocking.
So, asking Ukraine for.
By the way, we found the one person that only listens to a corporate time. There's no way he listens to this show or a BDM because
it's definitely Pro Squid Pro or whatever.
Pro Squid
Do you not listen because they won't let you use the computer? Or is it a choice? I don't know.
Are you allowed to
It's a roller coaster of emotions.
Are you allowed to have your own login?
I'm like, I don't know. He drove here.
Hold on. Have you ever?
he's a Lyft driver.
And I like to quickly quiz him. I'd like to. Have you ever seen The Other Sister? And he's like, what? And I'm like,
it's fine. I think. That's the first. I think I put up. It's fun. It's the fact that Butler likes it makes it not fun.
Right, exactly.
If he didn't like it, I would feel better about it. But he likes it a lot, so I'm like, I'm like, this is not a good.
Wait a minute.
Samantha not
he likes it a little too.
I'm not saying Samantha doesn't like it. Samantha was just like, hey guys,
what are we doing here?
Guys,
we're like guys, and we're like what? It's like we're poking a dead. We thought it was a dead cat, but it's still alive. We're poking it with a stick.
Like,
he might natural causes.
Yeah,
Did
I was like, he's mewing. A couple of mews.
Anyway,
here, try this one.
God damn it.
Hey, Tom and Dan, Zach from Ohio. So, I was just finishing up my weekly session of Dungeons and Dragons, and I walked out of my friend's, I walked out on his front porch, and when I was stepping down the porch, it was slick ice, and I fell, and I hit my head really hard on a step. And what I can remember, I kind of came to, and I was trying not to throw up, and I got into my friend's car, and they brought me home, and then I walked in.
Is he shitting while he's... It sounds like just buckets of shit falling in the background.
Hyper dog.
Yeah, is it a big dog? Yeah. Okay, like a big slobber dog.
To my house, and I just sort of just now came to again, but I was trying not to puke the whole time. I think I just got a concussion, so... It was pretty bad.
Andrea,
a lot of fun, though. I love D&D.
Is this
Am
true?
I right?
Yeah.
Am I right, ladies?
You posted about this.
No.
I think Zach's now calling us for his medical
he called
concerns.
again,
He's like, I'm dying. He calls, he leaves a voicemail. He's like, help! It's a 911.
He immediately called us again.
What if we're the only number he has?
No, he's got like a jitterbug phone.
Oh,
Tom and Dan.
we did it twice!
Hold on, if anybody...
Zach! He's one too!
Leave him alone.
He does like the tequila.
Hey, pass the tequila. Try this one.
His wife was his nurse.
Oh, crazy the whole time. He called back.
Hey, it's Zach. I don't know who's listening to these to review them, but I hit my head really hard and I got a concussion, so I think I left a message before this. And I have no idea what I said. So probably delete that for me. I would appreciate that. I don't have no idea. Thank you. Bye.
So
that's not good.
You'll be fine. Everybody,
I apologize for that, buddy.
Look, I hit a wall and got a concussion. It's fine.
Yeah, you're good.
We turn into a society.
Tequila.
No, that's too much tequila.
I'm not even joking. In the 90s, if you were watching NFL football, when someone would get concussed and knocked out, people would laugh at it.
They do a shot.
Like, and they'd be like, look at his arms are stiff. He's knocked him out. And then the player will be like, yeah, motherfucker. Like, he would like
teabagging him,
taunting them, high-fiving the other players, and it all big laugh, and not anymore. Like we're like, oh my God.
They used to just be like, how many fingers am I holding up? All right, back in the game, boy. Like,
you swing a helmet, you're like, that guy should be put up on charges of murder. Like, oh my God. Like, swung a helmet at him. Like, this used to, is a violent-ass sport that we all used to cheer for anytime someone would get hurt.
It's not cool, bro. You're too aggressive.
I'm saying it's good that you're that we've changed and we're not laughing.
Toxic masculinity makes me sick.
But you
disgust me.
Are bad, but
let me suck your dick, bro. Had to throw something.
M&Ms?
I do have M&Ms. Who knew that the way to any man's heart, you put a couple of peanut M&Ms on there, is a buttholes and dicks crazy.
We got some delicious nachos brought from Beasto and Blondie.
We did, yeah. Wand. I wonder if he calls it the wand. No, his penis. He brought us some delicious Guy Fieri garbage pail nachos.
It's delicious.
That are fucking delicious. One more and then take a break, probably.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
What's up, guys? Just got some food for thought for you. There was a coworker of ours that was out of work here for just a couple of days the other week, and he's an older fella. When he returned, we were just checking on his well-being, making sure he's all right. He's 67 years old. He said he was out of work for a circumcision, and it got, a couple of us just thinking, why at this age is this guy going through with this? And the only thing we can think is he got with some sort of skank hoe that must have given him something.
Okay.
You can't just cut it off.
Clean the sludge off. Your thoughts on the matter?
Okay, initially my thoughts on the matter, you're an idiot. That was a dad joke, right?
Was it?
I
mean,
so.
like, if
It's not a piece of cheese. You can't cut the mold off.
No, 9 times out of 10, if my dad had gone into the hospital for any procedure and he came out, and 9 times out of 10, if you ask my dad, he could have been in there for a fucking triple bypass, doesn't matter. What were you in for? He'd be like, I had a penis reduction. He couldn't stand it. He couldn't fucking stand it.
Yeah.
So I went that direction. I'm sorry. That's just the way I was raised. My dad, everything to my dad, if anything that he went to the doctor for, always penis.
Yeah, that's my kickstand.
Or butt. You knew you Yeah, it's my kickstand. How do I stand up when I'm drunk, get a hard on, and lean into it? Like he had long, hairy, hard to carry. He had a million.
3 shoes.
Yeah, exactly. Hard for me to skateboard because I get gravel rash. Like he had a million.
There
things that referenced his cock.
Could it be?
Guys are weird.
Yeah, we really are. Imagine if girls walked around talking about their pussy lips all day.
Why do girls talking about your dick and the shitting and vending machines? They're like, what pieces of shit?
You guys?
You're right.
You will take over the world and we'll be slaves one day.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
And then
you'll sit there quietly sipping your wine and you'll be like, vending machines are clean now, right? Right? Yeah.
But there are a couple things that adults get circumcisions for. One is like religious.
Yeah, there's also like complications that happen later.
I know someone who just got it because their ex-wife or ex-girlfriend wanted them to have a normal dick.
You were telling me about that.
Yeah. And he got it in his 40s. I couldn't imagine how fucking painful that would be.
Yeah, that's
how do you get your foreskin inside of 40? I'm doing that.
There it is.
Also, I feel like,
I love the chat room. The guys are freaking out. Like, fuck this, fuck that. Never. They like freak out.
Like your girlfriend, like she probably has been with you before, like or was she not even touching?
All you have to do is pull the skin back, and then it looks like a normal.
When you get boner, it
when
looks
someone
normal.
gives you a blowjob when you have foreskin, do they pull it back to give you a blowjob?
I tell my wife not to. I actually have her pull my foreskin open and put it fully over her head. Like all the way down. It's called
the execution.
That's regional. That's a regional thing. That's a Yankee term. In the South, we call it the bank robber.
Just pull it down so you can
pull it all the way down. Just blow into the hole and go.
And you lift it up the top like the guy from The Watchmen.
Call the Rorschach.
So, it seems like it. How? Okay, we need to talk to someone. We need to talk to someone who's had a circumcision that can remember it. Because
but as an adult.
Probably very rare.
You'll put it on the BDM page? We've got to have at least one man that's had
I feel like somebody would have said something by now. Because we've talked about this quite a bit.
I mean, I'm sure if it's like...
Where's your friend, Butler?
Hey, would you be willing...
His ex-girlfriend, right? So he cut his penis skin off, and now they're not
and then she broke up with him after.
She liked it better with the foreskin.
Yeah, and then he's like,
she didn't know who she had.
Put it back on. How much for you? Because I'm in a real spicy radio mood. How much for you to become like your sons, Tom Van
Tugger?
Ad skin?
If it was just a simple surgery,
we'll do the tugging.
No, the tugging thing takes too long, though. That's the problem. Like, I don't have.
There is a routine to that.
I don't have the routine.
You don't have time for that.
I don't have the ability to every day.
How much to allow me to wrap the head of your penis with prosciutto every morning?
If it was just like a simple outpatient surgery to get it, I don't get it.
I think
I'll do it for $7,200.
This is last week's bit.
Shit, for $7,200, you can have mine.
Oh my God!
Yeah, how much?
You guys are getting too close.
How much for you to get a circumcision now?
At least $7,200.
I would do it. I would do it as a bit for the show. For 2 G's.
No, you would. I'll pay $2,000 for it.
You would?
Yeah.
How much is the surgery?
I mean,
you got to pay for the surgery and then give me 2 G's.
Well, what's your stipulations to how professional the doctor is? Because
it's Dr.
Give
Remy.
me an exact
Because I know,
Tom, he's coming too. Put some more tequila in his mouth.
Well, if you do it the surgical way, you have to graft skin from other parts of your body. So where are you going to take skin from other parts of your body?
To get one installed?
For foreskin restoration.
Eyelids.
I feel.
Oh my God, that'd be creepy.
But leave the lashes on.
Can't you take
I would imagine they do some weird shit like the roof of your mouth or some shit.
The roof of your mouth?
Yeah.
Oh, my mouth! I don't want two.
That's not skin, by the way.
Cut the roof of my mouth out. Like,
I don't want to be eating hot soup and feeling my cock. Like, this soup is hot. I can feel it on the head of my dick.
I promise this, my dick herpes.
Well, the skin's going to be completely different on the inside,
Mouth is not the same thing.
Go brush your penis. Clean it up.
There's the 66-year-old or whatever getting the circumcision is just bizarre.
It's weird. It probably was a infection type of a deal, I would imagine.
At that old, though? Like, I know you can get infections at any age, but to the point where they couldn't clear it up with the antibiotics, you had to be like Butler said, they cut it out like it's not the Civil War.
Yeah.
Like, oh, his finger's black, cut it out from the arm. Like, we don't know how to stop it. I feel like some IV antibiotics will clear up anything.
Maybe he was like one of these 500-pound dudes who just got extreme cheesy dick.
Oh my God!
Oh, don't say extreme cheesy dick.
I'm gonna throw up.
You're making me hungry. Sounds like fucking Little Caesar special of the week. Unlimited mega cheese dick now at Little Caesars.
I don't want
like
that.
the girls don't have anything when they're born like boys do, like that. That's like
some cultures.
Yeah, no, I know that there's female circumcision.
Yeah.
Sometimes they even stitch your pussy closed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's a lot.
That's called the football.
I feel like that kind of stuff in extreme countries.
A lot of that's cultural. You can't even.
It's off.
But like girls, like in Western culture, we don't really have any. Like, when girls are born, they're just born, right? They don't have to come... You don't have to... Like, I don't remember the doctor ever coming to me and saying, okay, your daughter's here. Would you like for us to, alter her genitals in any way?
Yeah.
So...
That's a
Do they come to you? I'd never ask you this.
Oh, yeah, they ask.
Does the doctor walk in and, is it, a big deal, or is it very nonchalant?
They ask you before, even...
So it's like being at Kobe, and they're like... Stick a shrimp.
I like 2 whites.
You want to leave on this foreskin? Oh, we had keep a foreskin. and they keep a foreskin, and we have eukaryotic cultures.
Yeah. And I think even the doctors, they like when you say like, oh no, they're like, oh okay, it looks like they're almost relieved.
Judgment at all?
No, they're like relieved they don't have to do it. Like,
right?
I think
of course
like,
they
oh
are.
good.
I don't know. Some of them want to do it because it gets them more money.
That's true,
It's
but
a goddamn business at the end of the day.
But if you think about it, like the person,
how much is it? Is it like an extra $25 on your bill? Like,
no, I don't know. $400 goddamn dollars.
$400.
Yeah.
I'll do it for half that.
Also, no one likes that job, right? Like, I think if you did,
I don't think so. But
if you did, you'd be weird.
There's one guy out there that's like, they call me Foreskin Jack, and I'm the best in the biz.
Like, remember when Ross was telling us like they have to put the baby in that weird contraption where its legs and arms are strapped down, and like that's why he did it with his first son, and then the rest.
Although I don't know that that's normal practice.
It is.
It is.
It apparently because we asked.
It's fairly normal.
Oh my god!
The nurse, and there's
I
like
Googled it.
there is this like table, and then you strap the kid down to do the circumcision.
Weird enough, like they do that with a lot of stuff. Like I dislocated my thumb when I was really younger, and they velcroed my arm and myself down to a board. No, they didn't do that.
They don't want you to move.
That one, yeah. They don't want you to move. Yes, they kind of strap them down so they don't move around.
Traumatizing.
Yeah, it's got to be fucking crazy.
Not good.
But they only do that in Europe, I guess, for medical emergencies. It's not even brought up like, would you like it? It's like, well, we have to do this due to this.
I will say, on the opposite opinion, it is an extra pain in the ass with the foreskin. They're just like, clean it, do the thing, pull it back.
38 years. That's not big of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, but if you as your parents, the first couple of years,
I don't have saddle dick. I don't know.
It's just
gets
like
caught in mesh.
Yeah.
Never happened.
I've had a lot of, let's just say there's been some complications with the foreskin, partly because I don't know, I'm not like it, so I don't know how to deal with it.
It's not a
Do some
fucking.
research, man.
It's not the newest Galaxy Note 12 or something where you don't know the technology.
What's your boys turn adolescent? They're gonna be jerking at swords.
I know. Oh man,
too far.
Put some Vaseline on your cock. You jerked it red.
My wife gets very uncomfortable. Max is in this like humping stage.
Oh
He's,
yeah,
humping
what's happening?
He's getting stuffed animals, humping them.
That's basically.
But he's doing it like to rock himself.
Tommy and the belly dancer, Max banging teddy bears. It's happening.
She's like, I can't.
Basically a junior R. Kelly.
Oh my god! Don't.
He's
that was Bobby Brown. Ain't nobody humping around.
And then my wife's like, I can't be in the room because like when they both sleep in the
you
same
don't want
bed.
to shame him.
No, well he doesn't even know what he's doing.
What does he go? He's going to bed. He's just like,
yeah, like he uses it as like a comfort thing, like he's humping the bed. But
I give it to my husband to go to sleep.
And
that's what I do on the toilet when I'm really stressed out. I jack her right into the water.
Do your wives come up behind you and fake hump your butt?
Yeah, Andrea will do that now and again while I'm cooking or something. Yeah,
no, yeah, she'll do that. And then I'll do.
And then I bend over. And then I eat her ass.
You're pegging me. I'm like, stop.
I put peanut M&Ms in my.
You know what? I want to talk.
Everything's peanut M&Ms.
I want to talk to a guy that's into getting pegged because
do you?
Yes, I do because I want to see. You're right. You know what? That massager, I knew it. Because I knew that thing. There's a reason why
I saw some of the attachments. One of those attachments is a dick-shaped bullet.
Yeah.
It looks like
it's rocketing.
Yeah, that thing goes too, man. You were right. Setting 3 is impossible to get through.
Healthandmotion.com for all of your hypervolt needs.
Yeah, there you go. Hypervolt. Try it.
So buy it from Travis out the back of the truck. Cash only.
Cash.
All right.
That yen.
Let's take a little break. The name of the band. This is their first single ever. They're on tour right now with Pinback, which is a band that I know of a lot of indie folks like, especially our good friend that moved to Tampa, Mike Oliver, loves Pinback.
Oh, really?
And the name of this band is Disheveled Cuss. The name of the song is Wanna Be My Friend. It's kind of old school. It's a little throwback, so enjoy this. We'll be back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan right after this. Bad at Business Beer Fest, Sofa and Suds, Tamara.
You're gambling again, aren't you?
I promise, I'll get it back. There'll be more than enough for bills next month.
Yeah, I've heard that before. I can't live like this anymore.
And now, everybody's favorite conservative truck-driving, Trump-supporting dad, Tom Van, with his hit segment, Never Not Bad!
I was on Fox News this morning, so...
I know. You're making it
a local. Anyway, went 3-1 last week.
All right.
Had a good week. My record is 24-21.
You never took that second Atlanta Falcons bet, right?
No.
We chickened out of that, right?
Yeah.
But they won.
Yes, yeah.
And
I should have.
You could have. Yeah. So your instincts. I want to remind you. No. Your instincts were right. You said I want to. In fact, if you go back to last week's episode, you say I want to.
Dude, they're playing lights out great right now, but I'm afraid that they're going to turn shitty again. Like
they will.
Like at any moment.
They will.
All right, first bet. Remember last week when I was talking about fading the Browns because of the Myles Garrett thing?
And I have heard, just, full transparency to all the listeners in the studio, I hear you talking on the phone. I hear you talking to Travis, talking to Sam, and you're like, do I fade the Browns? Do I not fade the Browns? Do I fade the Browns? Do I not fade the Browns? Just for the layman, fading means like pull them out of action, right?
No, just going against them.
Right. So you're not going to...
Like, I'm not betting on them. I'm betting against them.
Against them.
So I'm actually, the more I thought about it, the more I'm doing the opposite of what I originally thought. Okay, now think about this.
I like this.
So my first bet is going to be Cincinnati +7. They're playing Pittsburgh, right? Did you hear about the whole Mason Rudolph, may or may not? The NFL said there's no proof, but have used a racial slur against Myles Garrett.
That's what I read.
And here's the thing: it does make sense because that motherfucker was pissed. I've never seen a player take off another player's helmet and try to kill him with it.
I'm just going to go out there and say that if I were a minority and you called me a slur, I would rip your helmet off and beat you to death with it.
So there's no proof apparently, but that's what Myles Garrett said. What my theory now is maybe the other teammates on Pittsburgh heard that, and maybe not the best thing for your teammates to hear.
Not
in the
a good
NFL.
thing to say.
So, and obviously Cincinnati's hasn't won a game this season playing like shit, but if you give me 7 points at home, then
take it.
Especially against a Pittsburgh team that looked like garbage last week.
They're a mess.
And then with the distraction of all that going on, and I think
makes sense.
Juju's out, Connor's out again. They got a lot of injury.
I thought they got Connor back. He's out again?
I think he's not going to play.
Day-to-day now?
But if he does play, not 100%. Anyway, Cincinnati +7. And
I like that.
Speaking of that, when do you behave the best after you get in trouble, right? Or after you fuck up, right?
Correct.
Okay, so now this is why I'm taking Cleveland Browns -10.5 against the Dolphins, right? Because I'm going opposite of what I originally thought. Okay, so you fuck up big time. You lose one of your star defensive players.
Oh, yeah.
And,
he's out.
And so I'm sure all these grown men that a lot of them are millionaires, and the coach staff and everything are probably like, oh, we're fucking it up. Like, this is bad. And I feel like they're going to behave their best the game after they behave the worst.
Makes sense.
Like, after you get your pee-pee slapped, then the whole class is like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you slowly get back into your old ways.
It was like us when we, I can't say that analogy, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Don't curse. And we're like, we won't. Then it slowly drift back into it.
It's so funny you know exactly what I'm thinking when I'm saying.
So that's why I'm betting on Cleveland this week against a bad Miami team who played horrible against the Bills. Fitzpatrick, it seems like when he has a bad game, he has a couple in a row. This is his thing. Like throughout his whole career, he plays really well. Everyone's like, "Oh, Fitzmagic," and then he plays like shit for a bunch of games in a row.
3.
So I feel like the Miami are playing in Cleveland in the cold, and I feel like Cleveland's going to be on their best behavior because of all the bad press. So I'm taking Cleveland -10.5, and my second to last game, Rams +3.5. The matchup is good against Baltimore. I've heard people handicap this game, and they like the Rams in this position. Baltimore is playing lights out football. Everybody's talking about Lamar Jackson, how much of a stud he is.
He's really fun
MVP.
to watch, man.
And this, what this does, it makes the public bet heavy on Baltimore, and which fucks with the line.
It weighs it heavy,
and then should give you an edge on the Rams. In which, if on paper, and if you look at the matchup, I mean, do your research. I'm just listening to people that know more than me talk about this. The Rams are in a good position, team versus team in this spot. Rams +3.5. My last bet is a teaser. I'm teasing Denver up to 10, Seattle up to 7, and Green Bay up to 9.
Where are we at on old, what's his name, Wilson? Is he still considered the NFL season darling this year?
Well, Lamar Jackson is
eking into taking some of his shine away a little bit.
Yeah, everybody is on Lamar Jackson right now.
All I hear is Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Even on Madden, because they update the commentary per week. Everybody's, look at Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, not making mistakes. He's doing it right. He's keeping his cool. He's like, they used a term for him, but basically it just means that he's just stone cold.
Well, he's also carrying the whole team because that Seattle team apparently is not that good, but he's winning games for them. And against the banged up Eagles team, +1 is all right, but I'll tease it up to 7, which is a key number in gambling, like a 3, 7, 10.
Sense,
and so that's my last teaser bet. That's +150 odds. Denver +10, Seattle +7, Green Bay +9. So those are my 4 bets this week. And as far as my beer bet,
I mean, if I may, we should, because these beer bets have really been shit in the bed. Shouldn't we just say, like, go to the bar and ask for a beer? You call me crazy, but like, couldn't you just go to the bar and say, Tom and Dan are idiots. Can I have a Cigar City beer, please?
Well, for my beer bet, I'm taking Jets +3 against Oakland. Old Sammy Darnold. He's going to really win this. Or you win a beer. So my Market on Magnolia beer bet. And what this is, if you go down to Market on Magnolia, it's a great place to watch the games this weekend. Or it's downtown. Right on Magnolia Street.
Poke bowls, wood-fired pizza, hoagies, chopped salads, something for everybody, tons of TVs, full liquor bar.
Yeah, you can,
all the snacks, and it's awesome.
You can get a watering hole koozie, just ask for one. You get a bucket of beers, but and if I lose my Jets bet, you can go up to the bar and ask for any Cigar City beer you want, 1 per person. So thank you guys. Thanks to marketonmagnolia.com, and good luck gambling.
So much for coming out tonight! We're so happy to be here in Orlando, Florida! Oh, yeah!
Aren't there like 3 big like metal bands or rock bands?
It's Motley Crue. It's Motley Crue, Poison. Is it Def Leppard? Is it those 3?
No idea.
Yeah, Motley Crue, who vowed to never, ever tour again. They're going back on tour.
So bad, too.
Yeah.
So it's Motley Crue. I do love that video of old Vince Neil. He's like, who's that back to that pill?
You know, I understand. Everybody ages, but Vince Neil is turning into the mobster lady from the Goonies that throw mama from the train lady.
Clara Peller?
Yeah, like a little
I don't think
bit.
that is Clara Peller, but
that's what happens. You
Mama
get old.
Fratelli.
Yeah, it's guess what? That happens, Vince Neil, and now we're gonna make fun of you. No big deal, right?
I gotta find this. Hold on. Have you seen this shit where he does the?
I mean, they'll make a shit ton of money. Right?
Where's the one that's abbreviated where they
put the lyrics on there?
Yeah. Can you find that for me?
It's on my Facebook page.
Is it on your Facebook page?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to try. Have you seen this?
No. And this is a deal where they'll do stadiums. They'll do like
it'll be huge.
There'll be like 15 cities or whatever it is, and then they'll make it.
Okay, here it is. Okay,
couple mil.
I'm just going to make this a little bit... Well, no, I don't want to screw it up. All right, so there. I'll put that there.
So what is it, a promotional...
No, this is... I think this was...
This was last year, I believe, or at some sort of a... Hall of Fame.
There's a lot of reunion tours being announced in the last couple months.
So this is Vince Neil, and he's performing with obviously Motley Crue on some video, and they didn't isolate his vocals. It's just he just can't do it anymore. So here he is, and I think you're gonna I think you're going to like how this sounds. It's pretty fucking ridiculous.
The lyrics are great. Though,
Here
so
we
got
go.
to read them, too.
Is it real or just lip sync? That's
no,
Billy's voice.
He's just really. He's
Well, he's moving around too much. It's hard to pronunciate.
He's
when
very
you're
fat. He's very fat now.
Yeah. I mean, you know, in your 20s, you go rock crazy, run around.
He's not rocking anymore.
Yeah,
he's rolling. He's more of a roller.
Mid 50s, you know, it's hard to sing. I mean, it takes your breath away.
Yeah.
So you're just like
It takes my breath away. Berlin.
Yeah,
you get the idea. Shut up!
That's good enough. You know, everybody who's seeing Motley Crue is older too. It was like, I ain't doing it.
It's cracking. My wife's cracking up. We love a good Fat Vince Neil singing. My wife. You want to make my wife laugh? Just go play a Fat Vince Neil singing meme. She likes. I could get her laughing. Okay, like thrash videos. You guys get into those where they take an actual performance and then they fucking like somebody who's like an audio wizard will fuck it all up. And one of her favorites is they did One Direction Story of My Life, but they re-recorded it with all different people. And it's fucking hilarious. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna play it for you guys because it's fucking hilarious.
I also like the fact that Vince Neil, he's been out of the game for a while, and then now he just pops back in, and then the internet is tearing him apart crazy, and he's like, "What? What are you doing? I'm not used to this." Like they're a joke video, making fun, me, and then I'm sure he's like, "Why are they attacking me?" Like that's what they do now. Yeah. You shouldn't have tried to have fun.
Okay, boomer.
Yeah, you shouldn't have tried.
I said thrashes. I was incorrect. They're called shreds.
In this world, whatever you try, we'll attack you.
Yeah, here, this is
we'll
this
attack
is
everything.
One Direction shred. Okay, here we go. Story of My Life. This is like one of their biggest hits. It's a great song.
Harry was great on SNL recently, by the way.
Okay, here they are.
I only got through the monologue. Haven't watched the rest of the episode yet.
I love these. This is so good.
Written in these walls are the stories that I can't explain.
This the lip singing.
I leave my heart open, stage right here empty for day.
It's so good. It's so good.
It's like Remy.
Oh, come on.
She don't feel the same about her in her bones.
What's Butler doing in the video? There's Butler. There's Butler singing.
He's singing like Haunted House Butler, though.
When I die, these words will be written on my stone.
Okay, here it goes. Here it goes.
And I'll be gone tonight.
Kermit?
Beneath my feet is open wide.
That's my favorite. I want to wait for the. Just indulge me and give me the chorus. Give me the chorus.
It's nothing in between.
Here we go. Here they go.
The story of my life. I take her home. I drive all night to keep her warm at night. Oh, stand.
How good is that? Oh my god, it's so good, man. God damn it, that's the funniest thing.
You're ruining my mediocre karaoke bit.
You can still do it.
What I love most about the internet is that it's
just garbage. It's all fucking garbage.
It's garbage, and they don't pick any favorites. They shit on every single person. Like no matter what you do, there will be someone. Hundreds of trolls shitting on you, turning your art into bullshit, and then making fun of everything you do. They don't discriminate. They discriminate. Full discrimination. No discrimination. All discrimination.
I'm going to get my wife fired. She's laughing out loud at work and she loves it. Well, if you're having a bad day, just pull up some of those shreds. They all make you laugh. I guarantee you they'll make you fucking laugh.
Whatever heartwarming video you put, whatever, anything. It's just pure shit.
Yeah.
Like that.
Let's do some emails. Samantha, you got anything you want to throw at us?
I'll say emails today brought to you by At Home Floor Store, a great sponsor of our event this weekend. And Daniel got all his floors done with At Home Floor Store. I got carpet from At Home Floor Store. I'm going to get eventually my entire floors done, but they can save you money because there's no brick or mortar store. They have custom vans that come out to you and bring the flooring samples to you. They could leave them with you so you can see if you like them for a week or so. You know, you put them down on your floor, you walk past them for a week, decide if you're going to like them. Luxury vinyl plank, laminate, tile, any type of flooring you could possibly think of. Justin Whitaker and his team, great installers, and it'll end up saving you money. Don't buy from giant box stores. It's athomefloorstore.com. All right.
Okay, first email. I was listening to the BDM show this week, and I missed the opportunity to send in an email about bad parenting. This involves me as a child. The year was 1984. I was one of those kids that thought his father was king of the universe. My dad, being the alcoholic of the town, would come home from work as a cop and piss off my mom just about every day. On this particular day, my dad felt the need to haul ass after just seeing us for a few minutes. I ran after him to give him a hug, and he was stepping out the front door. I reached for him. He says he didn't see me, but I think it would be kind of hard to see anything when wearing beer goggles. When I reached for him, my left hand was in between the open screen door and the door frame. When the screen door was slammed, my left ring finger was cut off at the tip.
No!
Only a small piece of skin, the tip from falling to the floor. To this day, I have a scar on my finger from where it was reattached, and there's no feeling in the finger beyond the scar. I think my father earned the Fuck Up Parent of the 80s award that day. Feel free to use a story if you'd like. Longtime fan of Tom and Dan.
Now, let me defend the dad for a second.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. How stressed out was he? Having a bad day? A couple cold ones?
Tip of your finger. Maybe he's trying to fucking keep you, keep a roof over your head, you ungrateful piece of shit.
There's a lot of comedy in like horrible parents to me, only because it's so absurd.
Oh yeah, can be.
You would be bad to your kids because I have like a ridiculous. It's not even healthy. Like, it's an unhealthy amount of obsession and love for my sons.
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine like hurting their feelings on purpose or even by accident.
I mean, I'm surprised you didn't cry when you kabonged Tommy with the. If you haven't heard that story, you got to be a BDM. I think.
Yeah. I mean, I felt horrible. It wasn't that bad. So, but if I hurt him, like cut his finger, I mean, that would be insanely.
I'm trying to think if I've ever done anything to hurt my daughter, but I haven't. I've only made her life better. It's my wife. It's my wife who's been the one that hurts her. I'm really. I'm like. I make all the money, and I'm the better parent. I just am.
Here's something I'll admit that's probably not real bad like that. I was changing.
We can't talk about our conversation leaving the news. Don't ever talk about that.
After the Super Bowl 3 years ago, I was changing Max's diaper. Max was like 1 or whatever, 8 months or whatever.
And you spit in it.
It was after the Super Bowl. I had a couple.
Wait a minute, was this a Twitch Super Bowl?
I can't remember, but I remember
that it was a Twitch Super Bowl.
Especially loaded, and he may have slipped off the changing table.
Oh yeah,
grabbed him by his ankle, right before he hit the ground, and then oh man, I was slapping myself.
I
was like, look at you,
get it together, man.
I was like, look at myself in the mirror.
Yeah, Maisie's going to fall out of a chair before, and I've grabbed what I thought was her hand, but then it slipped to her fingers, and I could hear all of them popping and dislocating. And I'm like, it's fine, she's not dead.
It's okay.
I just pull.
I dove down a flight of stairs in a Superman suit when I was 2 years old. I'm fine.
And at 35, you wear a Robin suit.
Don't talk about it.
And diving and having your old man throw you two different things.
That's true.
Old man was watching me.
Yeah.
It can be different.
Not watching me do it, but
there's
they're throwing up the old I did not want to do this clip from the
original Twitch Super Bowl.
Can I click on that and watch that?
I don't know.
Can I? Let me see if I can watch this.
Don't try to change your baby's diaper after that.
Can you put a Twitch clip back on Twitch?
I know. Black hole happens. Listen.
Honestly, I'm going to make you watch this later.
What the fuck is on your face?
What is it?
You had a full beard, dude.
Oh, he had the grizzly fucking whiskers.
Yeah. Gross.
Who's the penis at in the bottom right-hand corner?
I'm going to force you to watch that because I know how much you hate that.
They're going to show this at AA meetings.
It's like the equivalent of like rubbing a dog's nose when it like shits in the house.
Look what you drank. Look what you drank.
Who's that?
Don't make me watch it. All right, babe. Listen,
don't make me hang up here.
No, don't play this. No.
Oh God, this is bad. We're big bad drunk. This is gonna be good, dark.
I never wanted to do this. I didn't want to do this.
Okay,
that's embarrassing. My God,
you know what? I used to laugh at that. I don't think it's funny anymore.
Drunk. I do get. Do you think our kids are going to go back? And
yeah.
I don't know about
my daughter's already at daycare talking about me. You should have brought some White Claws. I'm like, you don't think it's already woven into the fabric?
It is.
Do your boys?
Will she go back and listen to you?
Just
being
as I'm
drunk
doing
on
Ancestry.com, they're going to go back and check out all.
Okay,
they'll be older.
Make me feel better.
What was he like?
Make me feel better or not. I know you'll be honest, but do your boys know? Like Maisie knows. Like we're at a Mexican restaurant last night. And she's like, "Is that a beer?"
No.
Is she beer shaming?
She knows beer. She knows White Claw. She knows
You should have said no. It's a cerveza.
She knows what wine is and stuff like that. Do your boys do they know what beer or White Claw or alcohol is? Because I think Maisie, because I use the real terminology and I don't use pee pee poo poo wee wee wah wah like you do. I think I fucked up. I'm changing my tune on this. I think I accelerated her because now I just created another fucking Andrea. So now I got these two fucking bitches yelling at me all the time about all the shit I did. Like Maisie knows. Like she's like, you should have brought some White Claw. And I don't know. I still don't know if she was saying that to be cool or if she was fucking saying that to be an asshole.
I think that one was to be cool.
She could have been like, yeah, you should have brought some White Claw because you drink it all the time, you fucking drunk. You know, like, it could have been like that.
Yeah, no, I'm like, this is magic water that makes your mom less of a bitch. That's what I
Why don't you, hey, Harry Potter, why don't you turn your mom into a fucking chocolate frog? She's a real fucking square.
Because I drink my
How about blowjobbo tonight-o? Why don't you do some of that?
I basically hide everything from my kids and wife. So I keep.
How do you live your life?
It's hiding. There's a lot of people that live their life.
It's a balancing act. I feel you, man.
Travis there.
I'm like, I'm going to go walk the dog, and I'm sitting here smoking a fucking joint.
You guys are fucking crazy.
His hands all shaking. You got the fucking shaky hands. And your dog's doing that move where because you got his dog is beautiful, looks like a majestic beast. It looks like a dire wolf. And it's pulling you because it's strong. And you're trying to come on, hold on.
Yeah.
Daddy trying to get some smoky. Daddy, just slow it down. Just some smoky.
I flushed the toilet, and during the refill process, the loud noise, I could run to my closet, get the theragel, open the cap, do theragels, take it, sip the water, put the cap back.
They can't hear you.
Number one, how loud is your fucking toilet? Number two, you keep your theragels in the bathroom?
Well, no, it's not how loud is your toilet. How loud are you getting a theragel? I can do that shit.
But my wife
what are you treating it like a maraca?
The people that hide, and Travis will understand, the people that hide all the time, their wives are the most suspicious of them. So she's
because you're sneaking around all the fucking time.
Outside the door.
If you go to my underwear drawer right now and you scoop the underwear and socks off the top, there is literally a goddamn Pentagon-style inner working. It looks like the Punisher when he opens his closet and he opens his faux closet and it's all guns. That's me with marijuana. It's just like, what do you want? It's all in there. It's all organized.
Zach from Ohio is calling if you want to pick up.
No.
You can ask him the pegging question if you want.
All right, let's see this.
Hey, Zach, we didn't know that we didn't know we weren't supposed to play the first message, man. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. I don't remember what I said anyway.
If it makes you feel any better, it wasn't anything bad. You basically just said you got a concussion, and then you called back to say you didn't know what you said, but you basically just said you had a concussion.
You did say the N-word.
Oh, good. Sounds like something a person with a concussion would say.
It had the A at the end.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay.
Pass.
We'll let it slide.
So, Zach, do you get pegged?
No, but I wouldn't be opposed to it.
All right.
All right. Well, hey.
I kind of wanted to talk about because I feel like it's one of those things similar to guys talk about how good it is for the girl to swallow and stuff. I'm like, that is like, what's in it for you for her to swallow it? It doesn't make any sense. So the pegging
Power move.
The pegging thing.
It's more of a.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of these things, like
it's
because
the swallowing.
The same thing of like coming on a girl's face. It doesn't physically do anything. It's a power move.
When you talk about it, you really fuck up my brain.
You're right.
The swallowing thing to me is the equivalent of going to a restaurant, cloth napkin.
Okay.
Oh, it's like fancier.
It's the fit and the finish.
It's like turned down service.
Yeah, it's the fit and the finish. It's like, look, I don't care where it goes once it's out of me, but if you do swallow it, cloth napkin.
One
step above. Look, they got that little metal crumb razor blade like they do at Christner's.
I'm getting the chili service. Though.
Don't get chili service.
Dan, have you ever had anything in your butt before?
Me? I put
Duke.
I put Duke from G.I. Joe's foot in my ass.
So
that's
Duke
right.
foot in there.
Now, I
Boot
do.
in the ass.
A buddy of mine was into the butt stuff, and he tried to sell it to me one time. Like he liked to
plugged or just getting like
trying to sell it to
finger.
I'll sell you my butt stuff.
He would do like vibrators and things and stuff, and he would like talk about like
I only
the
put American Girl dolls in my butt.
It was like the prostate. He had there's some science behind it
for me.
But
Yeah,
with
for sure. I've got like 4 different ones.
But with the pegging, that all kind of encompasses into like a power thing.
Why is it going to be such an aggressive term, like pegging? Pegging makes me think you're throwing a baseball at my arm.
Yeah.
The peg 'em, bro.
What would you like it to be called?
I don't know. I like butt stuff. How about riding the squishy unicorn?
So would it be like I just feel like once your wife is strapping the apparatus onto herself, and there's a lot of preparation.
Yeah,
I feel like
it's not that much.
And the girls, when they strap on, they always have on the bottom. They always have an opening where it's like if you want to still get at it, you can, but there's just going to be a jumbo dick over the top of it. And I'd be like, can you take your dick off? Because I don't really want to eat your pussy with a dick on the top of my head.
Let me ask you this. Because
In the eye.
God damn it. So I've heard that, anal sex is pleasurable to some people, but not pleasurable to other people.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of like cilantro.
Yeah. Is it like?
It's exactly like cilantro. Some people love it, some people hate it. It's DNA. It's the genetics.
So can you getting the thing? Okay, that dildo. Is that something that you are getting off on?
You mean
scientifically, like the feeling
I
of
think
that?
It's possible. Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah, I think a dude can come from getting banged in the ass without anyone touching his dick.
I think so too.
Okay,
I think he's right.
I don't know the science behind it.
Well, no, I feel like it just depends on
everybody. Would everybody like it?
I think there are things that you can do to everyone that we may not know about, or maybe you're not the type of person that has these type of trigger points. But I think it's possible to be a human, and like if you just rub my arm, I'm cumming my pants.
For instance, pure science experiment. If you had some sort of robot, right, that had like a fleshlight, like the auto blow at Fair Villa or whatever.
All right.
I feel like that apparatus on most, I'll just put it out there, maybe not all, but most males, just from
will produce an orgasm.
Yeah, will produce an orgasm on your penis because it's simulating the. It feels good. It's it's like almost like scientifically proven to work, like some sort of medication or something.
Right.
But if it was the other end and the robot was getting at it through the butt.
What do you mean? Like so?
How many men
will fuck me in the ass?
All right. How many men would find it pleasurable? And how many not?
It would be hard.
Is it a mental thing?
It would be hard, I think, to get accurate numbers because you'd have to get past the stigma of you're touching my ass, so that's gay, which is bullshit, by the way.
No.
Because I have
Most people are not as honest as I am.
Like, I have an ass, you have an ass. I mean,
Well, I'm
like,
just talking pure
if my
science.
wife fingers my ass and I come, that's not gay.
Well,
that's just my wife fingering my ass.
Well, there's the prostate, and there's prostate stimulation, and there's science behind that. So that's what I'm getting at. Is like, what's the science behind it? Is it the stimulating the prostate, which is pleasurable to men? And
I think it enhances the orgasm, almost like autoerotic asphyxiation, kind of like if you were to choke yourself and come. It's a higher.
But it doesn't
more intensity.
Exactly.
But is it to everybody? Like,
I think so. I think it is.
I think it is.
It hits your prostate,
depends
right?
on how conservative you are.
Because if it is, like,
G-spot's in your ass, Tom.
A lot of people are missing out, right?
Yeah, but I got a lot of bad things before you get to me. Like, I feel like like you're not factoring in the fact that there's been you got
to travel through Mordor first.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on down there. So in order to get to the pleasure spot, you're going to have to go through the spooky forest. And once you do that, that might hurt.
Yeah.
So
take a trip to Fairvilla, Tom. Get yourself a strap-on for your wife. Try it out. Report back.
This poor motherfucker's you're going to get railed.
Let her bend you over the liberator.
Oh, she's going to get you so bad. She's going to knock your theragels off the shelf. What happened? There's theragels everywhere. She fucked me so hard, she knocked my theragels over.
I might be wrong, but I just don't think I like it.
You don't know. You haven't tried it.
Honestly, I don't think that I would like to get banged in the ass, but I like having a butt plug in my butt. Seem like very different things.
It was pretty close. I mean, it's not on the opposite sides.
You're on the spectrum.
It's like ketchup and mustard. It's like ketchup
There's
is
still condiments.
Like what you're talking about is ketchup barbecue sauce. Not ketchup mustard.
In the Venn diagram, there's some overlap there. It's not completely different. Zach, it's not so far that it couldn't be insanely different. Where if it's a
your confession says otherwise.
Zach, serious question.
There's a large overlap in that Venn diagram, yes, but it is a spectrum nonetheless.
Zach, serious question. When you're done, using your plugs, do you put them in the dishwasher? Do you hand wash them? How do you? What do you do?
I typically 9 times out of 10 I'm going to be in the shower, so I just wash it off with some soap, and I keep all of them in a red Solo cup behind the toilet bowl.
That's called the Toby Keith. That's called the Toby Keith.
Toby Keith, your butt plug?
Write down Toby Keith butt plug. I love this bar.
I love this bar.
Fairvilla actually makes a toy cleaner.
Super classy, by the way, Zach.
I want to keep them out of sight. I want to forget they exist until I get horny.
Well, I mean,
that's the most honest answer ever. He's like, I want to pretend like I'm not into it until I get horny and then I'm into it. That's a fucking honest answer, right? I think we're all like that. Look, I don't want to be stuck on massage porn, but when I see it, I'm into it. I got you. I'm with you, Zach. I'm with you. That's the funniest fucking answer I've ever heard.
That being said, I am talking about it on a fake radio show. So.
There is an element of shame that you feel.
Hence the solo cup. I get it. I get what he's doing.
I remember one year, like one of our buddies turned 18, and we got him like a pocket vagina, from some gas station, like cheap ass.
By the way, all pocket vaginas too big to fit in your pocket. They are. If you put them in your pocket,
they are.
Here's the one thing I do know about pocket vaginas. If you put one in your pocket, people will walk over to you and go like, you got a pocket vagina in your pocket, don't you?
Who calls it a pocket vagina?
That's what they used to
They're called pocket pussies.
I know. I'm trying to, come on.
What are we on a corporate time?
Class up this joint.
Really?
I just steam the curtains. I clean the carpets a little bit.
I'm trying to get back on the news here.
Come on.
Too late for that, buddy.
Flashlight makes a quick shot now.
So
we're heading to Pagan Town.
He did use it and then throw it into the canal behind his house after because he was so ashamed. He chucked it right into the canal because you once you're done, you're like, it's like going to business.com after X videos. Anyway, thanks, Zach.
You know their fish eating is cum too. They'll eat anything you throw in the water.
Oh, come on!
Wow,
Zach.
that's
Did you get off the cruise on the cruise boat?
Where do you stand on Remy?
Come on. Don't let him.
Remy?
Come on.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, there.
All right, we don't.
He doesn't listen to ACT.
We don't know what it is either.
All right, let's do some emails.
All right. You need another email?
We were doing emails.
No,
you guys went off on pegging for so long.
He got scared.
This one says, is applesauce baby food? What if I have it with pork chops? Circin fart tooties.
Circin fart tooties.
It kind of is, right?
Yeah, I mean, my sons are big fans of
Applesauce?
applesauce and the
Canned
pouches.
green beans, pork chops, and applesauce is a poor man's food.
Applesauce used in a lot of, like, if you're doing like potato pancakes, you would do sour
a
cream
dipping
or
sauce.
applesauce
Yeah,
as a condiment for it.
As an adult, you shouldn't just eat applesauce with a spoon. If you're dipping your pork chops in it, I'll make
Dipping?
that's about
You know something that made my dad like fucking really mad, because my dad did like applesauce. Like old men, when they get to a certain age, start eating like
softer,
like babies.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
his teeth were great and everything, but he just liked. But you know what he didn't like is that when they started adding the cinnamon to the applesauce.
Yeah.
And my dad fucking, is there goddamn cinnamon in it? You mad as fuck. Just mad. He did not want the cinnamon.
Just want some regular.
If I want cinnamon, I'll add it. And I'm like, all right, Dad.
One day we'll be yelling at some trivial shit.
I'm already doing it.
You yell every day about trivial shit, Tom.
Oh man, it's happening. Anyway, next
Loads for loads. Hey guys, I would have left a mediocre message, but for some reason mine never go through. Anyways, I thought it was funny to hear the loads for loads bet that Tom and Crystal have been having. My wife and I do the same thing. Right now, though, we have an ultimate bet going on that we made back in June I thought you would like to know. I used to run a lot, mostly short distances, occasionally half marathons, but stopped and took almost 2 years off, mainly because there is no damn time with having kids. In June, I said I could easily start back up and run my first full marathon, which my wife said would never happen. So we placed a bet. I signed up for the Space Coast full marathon December 1st. If I don't run and complete it, I have to clean all the bathrooms for the rest of the fucking eternity. On my side, blowjobs are non-existent. Maybe a total of 1 minute as some foreplay every 6 months. So non-existent. If I run and complete the marathon, I get 5 full blowjobs to completion every year for the rest of my life.
Yeah, but if you don't do it, you have to clean the bathrooms
for eternity.
From now until you're dead?
Yeah.
What a fucking dumb.
He follows with pretty sweet deal, huh? Dan says no.
No, I think it's a fucking horrible deal.
When he wrote this, he says, so it's October, less than 2 months, and I have been training hard since August, running a consistent training program, and she is getting really nervous and probably wondering why the fuck she put this bet in. I'm going to knock this race out of the park and
then
probably
hedge your
continue
bet.
running, so it's a win-win.
You need to hedge your bet. Don't even run it. Go to her now and say, like, look, I'm training hard. Give me 4 right now.
You're right.
4 back to back?
Hey, you're turning into me.
I really am. Are my nipples hard?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Blowjobs and being in better shape. She definitely underestimated the mind of a man seeking a blowjob. If I break
cancer.
Oh my God, the transmission is complete.
I'm all lumpy.
If I break my leg during the race, I will literally crawl over the finish line. Thought you would like to know. Love the show. Keep up the good work. I agree. This is a bad bet. You could have got more out of this.
Pun intended. He lowballed that bet. I think that's
man.
at least
no
10.
blowjob is better. I mean, I would be on board with that. I could do that.
Also,
you don't get blowjobs?
Very few.
But hold on a second. But do you ask for blowjobs?
What do you? Daniel knows.
It's not a drive-through window. I don't know.
Comprehension.
It's your
of
wife.
But if you don't know, if you've never asked, you don't know. Like there are times when my wife's like, "Oh my God, I'm so tired," and I'm like, "I'll just say that. I'll do it simple. I'm trying to help you guys. I'm trying to show you exactly what I do. This is what I do. I don't do it. There's no pressure. There's no nothing. I go." Hey, you look really hot, and I'm kind of horny. So,
I'll make the analogy. Sometimes in life...
sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Sometimes in life, you go to a restaurant, and you get a really nice waitress that caters to your every need, and, you need some more water, and you do it. And then sometimes you get, a waitress that doesn't give a shit about her job, but they both are still hired.
You mean
are employed.
One's already going to quit because her boyfriend's a drug dealer.
He said, you know what, it's just so you roll a nice, and that's what happens.
Sometimes I get the lazy waitress. I don't know.
You know what? She's not going to fill your cup every 2 minutes.
Did you get blowjobs before you got married?
I mean, they were more prevalent,
Really?
But
I get more now than
like with previous girlfriends.
No, with your wife.
I get more.
I'm just wondering if you married a woman who never gave you blowjobs. That's on you.
I had an ex-girlfriend that loved to suck dick.
All right, and probably too much information.
I am not trying to brag at all. I just try to be honest with you guys. I ask. I'm not afraid to ask.
Ask and you shall receive.
Yeah, ask and you shall receive. I mean,
No.
you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.
You know what you need to do? You'll take her off guard, Tom. Here's what you do, right? You pretend. Well, you are stressed out all the time, but
pretend you're stressed out.
you gotta get.
good
you
job.
gotta get the artificial tears. You love the eye drops. Pretend you're crying. Just tell her like, "Look, I'm so stressed out. I just need some relief. Can you please?"
So my wife's just going to break it into a massage and adjust my neck.
I'm helping you scam a grift a blowjob.
Do you
here.
think I haven't tried? I mean, here's the thing.
Have you tried crying?
This
though?
motherfucker
Crying for a blowjob?
Yes.
I would.
It'll
look,
work.
I do
Listen,
a lot
he
of
has
things.
no
I ain't crying
emotions.
for a fucking blowjob.
This motherfucker,
yeah,
we
because
just.
you're a sane person that can have communication with your wife about sex. Tom can't do that, so he's got to fucking fake cry to get a goddamn blowjob.
All right, I'm going to buy some Visine when I get home.
This gentleman that just called in is running a goddamn marathon for 5 blowjobs a year.
You guys are
This is what
insane.
happens. And listen, I pay my. I don't feel
Oh, did
like
you cash in your sex coupons?
Oh yeah, where are you at on that?
That's Butler's sex coupons.
That's Butler's thing.
No, I fucking forgot about it. I got him last Christmas.
See, you guys are
Last Christmas.
You're
my
bad
fucking-
at sex.
This motherfucker lost his coupon book. There's at
least 2 blowjobs in there.
Somewhere in a fucking sewer grate, there's 5 blowjobs and a missionary.
But I like. There's a lot of guys out there that are laughing at the fact that, like, did you try asking your wife for a blowjob? Sometimes I'm like, maybe I'll ask her, and then I'm like, that'll make her mad.
Why would it make her mad? All she's gonna say is no. I'm not into it.
Yeah. And then make her mad that I even asked.
No, but why? It shouldn't be insulting because I always spin it. If you want to say,
Yeah, give her compliments. Be like, baby, you're so hot. I want you to.
That's
suck my
the thing
cock.
is I spin.
Right?
My wife's sick right now. I'm like,
Oh, you guys can say it, but when I say it, you act like you've never heard those words.
It is
before.
off-putting when you say it.
Yeah. Usually when I follow a compliment by suck my cock, that is.
I think she wants to be talked dirty too. Maybe you should listen to Two Wife Crew once in a while.
That's the equivalent. I caught that part too.
Of us eating spaghetti and kissing it. So romantic.
This
it works every
this
time.
spaghetti smells like fish.
You guys love advice. Like, did you ask for him? Say you suck my cock. Does that work for me?
Works for me.
I would like a blowjob. Suck my cock.
This. No. I'm saying. Got the good waitress. And the
I mean, like, to
no,
me,
she's not bad. She just doesn't care as much.
because there are times. No, but there are times when she'll just
go
be
to
like,
Chili's. You know.
eventually she brings out your
pre-bust
riblets.
the table.
Yeah. She got a lot of other things.
Excuse me. I have a problem with my bill. We did not get our Pazuki.
By the way, I don't know if I like all my friends. I asked them like, like no. Like, this is it's a rarity. I believe it's a rarity. I think your situation is more rare than I mean, or it could be a 6.
Dude, it's 2 out of 2 though on the show.
No, I know.
Like, if
So it's
you're-
not that rare.
like,
It's literally 50%.
Because, like, if Travis was laying in bed one night with you, and this is going to make everybody uncomfortable, but I'm just going to ask for counterpoint. If he was like, I'm really horny right now, you look really hot, can I have a blowjob? Now, you have the option of saying yes or no. Has that happened before?
Happens
Something
all the
like
time.
that. Yeah. I think that's pretty normal.
My wife would just want to fuck.
Well,
She wouldn't want to give me a blowjob. I have no complaint, but but she will. That's not. It's usually not.
No, you add that in because sometimes Andrea says that too, and I'm just like, okay, well, we can do all of that, and then we'll do the other thing too.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I feel like it's unfair to my wife. I'm painting her in
It is unfair.
a bad light here, but I feel like there's a lot of women out there and a lot of marriages out there that for the guy has to kind of earn it. You can't just be like you have to give, or not have to, but I want it, so you're going to give it to me.
The inverse of that
I feel like most women, especially all my Latin friends, their wives are like, fuck that, fuck you. Like, they'll be mad about it. Oh, yeah. I think that's where I get it from, like, Miami.
But why are they mad?
I didn't know Octo was
Because they're
Latin.
like, what did you do to deserve this shit?
But like,
just being my husband? Like, you didn't do anything. Did
Sounds
you do
like you guys
dishes?
have terrible sex lives.
No.
I mean,
I think it's just. I mean,
it's just different ways of communicating.
Juan asks in the chat room, am I one of your Latin friends? I get BJs all the time.
No. Apparently,
Well, he can cook.
Everybody.
That's true.
And if
That's
you want-
true. You feed me
no,
good, I'll give you a blowjob.
I'm serious. You want to get blowjob?
Well, if
I'm
you're my
serious.
husband.
Like, you've been. Like, this was on our topic sheet. We forgot to write it down. if you want to get blowjobs, motherfucker, you need to learn how to cook really well. Because I feel like if you can make a girl like comfortable in like Sam said, like Sam even just said, she's a woman, and Sam said, if you feed me really good, I'll give you all the blowjobs. I'm like, well, there you go.
But then I followed it up and said, you're my husband.
Sam make Jen
not
laugh,
anybody.
Right. Yeah, just you're a married woman. I thought that was
just giving them out for free anyway. If I was Travis, I wouldn't be cooking meals. I'd be like, I want one. They've already established that I can get it when I say I want it.
There's no talking to these guys.
No, I'm just
stuck in their ways.
Yeah, these two.
It's like they don't even want the blowjobs.
Yeah, it's like you don't even want to work hard to get one.
Well, you don't have to.
I mean,
you want me to work hard enough to do shit? Just ask for it.
Typical.
Yeah, but you could literally just compliment your wife every day, and she'll start giving you blowjobs.
Typical fucking millennial doesn't want to put in the work for a blowjob.
Well, you boomers live in the 50s. You're like, this is your job. It literally had job at the end of it. You had to fill out a resume to be able to do this job.
Oh my god!
Hamburger helper, BJ City.
That might be great. Hey, listen, all our listeners might be blowjob crazy. Tully over here.
Tully,
you get blowjobs
how many
every
blowjobs do you get from your fake wife?
Oh,
we don't know if she's
don't talk about her.
I see it in his eyes.
She's an American Girl doll. One more email.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just saying, I asked Crystal to dance, and she said yes.
Oh, we're talking about your wife now, Tom.
Good.
Get some gigantic thick legs.
Oh my God.
Don't ever kick me.
My God. Your legs are like the back end of a rhino. My God. I don't know whether to marvel at those things or stop my safari jungle bus and wait for you to cross our door.
Ace Ventura's coming out your ass. Yeah.
Wow. Please don't twirl your tiny tail, blow poop on my computer screen.
All right, let's get out of here.
Hey, show.
Sorry. Last email.
Hey, show. So I've had a weird couple weeks, but the weirdest part was having to help my father-in-law with his stool samples.
Oh, my God. All-time low.
I know that sounds crazy, so let me explain. He is in his late 60s, early 70s, and he is a real man. He's held many jobs from lineman to heavy crane operator to truck driver, you name it, he's done it. Hell, he built the house he's still living in to this day. He's a man that if you owed him money, he got it back by any means necessary. He knows every catfish pond in and around Wildwood, has a collection of Civil War antiques that would put local museums to shame, and has dug up more arrowheads than anyone I know. Real man. But somehow in his country-ass upbringing has never heard poop referred to as stool. So you can imagine his confusion when the doctor asked for such a thing. Anyway, so my wife and I are over there, and he shows me the vials and bucket and says, "Can you help me with this poop problem I have?" So me, being a good son-in-law, oblige him. I took the scoop out of the vials and broke off pieces of his turd and put them into vials for him. The end.
Hold on. Why couldn't he do that himself?
I do it.
It's like your pop-up changing diapers.
Yeah.
He just did.
I think that was a power move. Son-in-law. Can you put my shit in this vial? Right?
He's just
not
fucking
an
with you.
idiot.
Yeah. Like, what, he couldn't break his own poo-poo? I mean, this.
I also like that you were so stupid you emailed us. Like, I don't know why I did it.
Next time I shit in the French fry box, I'm going to make Jen put my shit in the tube.
Exactly.
Also,
and then get a blowjob.
And then I'm going to get a blowjob.
There should be. We need to talk to some medical professionals, nurses and stuff, because
I know a doctor.
When my pop-up started getting up in age, I feel like when a nurse spots a situation where a real man is with maybe his grandson or his son or someone that he would feel embarrassed because of anybody but his old lady. Maybe the old lady passed away or she's not in the picture anymore or whatever it is. Because there were situations where I had to help my pop-up get dressed, and then because I love my pop-up. And he had to
don't look at my ding dong.
Get a medical procedure, and then I'm holding his dungarees. And I'm
and he's putting his underwear on. And you know what's weird about old man underwear when it's tidy, because it is tidy whities. They step into them and they pull them up, but the leg holes are wider than their skinny as bird legs.
Balls fall out the leg hole.
Yeah, your balls fall out the leg hole.
Yeah, and they also,
they pull them up over their belly button.
I'm what brand is this? This is the fucking from the 80s.
Fruit of the Loom.
They never buy new underwear. That's the baggy.
The back of this says Sears 1967. What the fuck?
Sears made underwear? And then I'm like, so you do that move where you're trying to like, you're like, oh, it's fine, buddy. I don't care. Because he's like, get out of here. Like, but he can't.
Yeah.
He was at the point where he couldn't dress him. Like,
just get this done and go to Cracker Barrel.
And so it's like, well, please, if a nurse sees that, would they just step in and be like, I'll save you from this awkward situation
for both of you.
Yeah. He don't want it. I don't want it.
Yeah, what if they're a sitter? How do you wipe the ass of somebody else? When they're
I don't know.
sitting?
I never had that.
Complicated.
That's one thing. I got real afraid that I was going to get to the situation where that would have to be done. But
well, you wipe your kids' asses.
Yeah. But there's something about wiping an adult's ass that I never want to do.
Well, here's the thing, and this is going to sound like...
I think I've skipped it.
Like, unless my wife... isn't that a
I'll
thing?
be dead before.
Wiping a fresh ass is way better than wiping an old bulldog ass.
Yeah.
And their piping has so much mileage on it. You're going to get a lot of diarrhea, a lot of weird smells.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a little more aggressive. Like when Maisie poops, her poops look like fake novelty emoji poops.
Yeah.
They look like smiley face the whole nine, and nothing. And like when I wipe, there's nothing. It's just like there's nothing there, right? You have an efficient butt.
Yeah. I wonder for all the nurses, and I've talked to some of them before, that they have to wipe old people's asses. I feel like even they will get uncomfortable. I know they've done it so many times, but you're like wiping an old guy's ass, and you know he doesn't want it, and you're like, this guy's racist for sure.
Yeah.
But it's just he's a real man, and then I'm wiping his butt, and it's like, oh my god.
How many touching moments do you think racist old men have had when they're getting their butt wiped, and then they're like, they realize they have that like really humanizing moment, and they turn, they're like, thank you, N-word.
I'm sure it happens. Yeah.
But he's genuine about it.
Yeah.
He's really thinking, but he's also being a horrible piece of shit. Yeah.
His heart's
That's
in it.
about all I got. He's as good as it's going to get.
All right.
Let's get out of here. What do we got to plug, folks?
Nothing going on this weekend, right?
Yeah, we got our events. You guys know already.
Yeah,
So, really, if you want to win that cruise, we plan to give it away on Wednesday. We're going to do next Friday free show on Wednesday.
Gonna be awesome.
The day before Thanksgiving. So, it's your last chance to enter that contest to win. And this is basically cruise for two people, inside cabin, and you get it for free. Courtesy of Precision Door.
Yes, sir. Semantics. Let's plug your podcast.
SemanticsPodcast.com. If you want to sign up to be a Patreon, patreon.com/semantics. I also want to just be clear for tomorrow for the Beer Fest. We will have a tent set up next to the stage at 12 p.m. We're going to start giving out wristbands and sample cups, but pouring does not start till 2. But that's where you get it. That's the only place it's going to be to get your wristband and sample cup, so go there first and grab it.
Yep. Awesome. Butler?
Ahead of this amazing weekend in Sanford, we also have, I really need to push this. This is Tank America's Black Friday deal. They have an amazing deal. It's called the Commander Package. It's going to be a $750 value for $375. You're going to do 2 laps on the course and do a covered, all hatches closed run in a tank. I mean, for $375, that's you and 3 friends riding in the tank
awesome.
for $375. It's almost $1,000 value. Highly recommend doing that. You must call between 9 and 5 on Black Friday to purchase. That's 321-241-1122. And that's Tank of America. Highly recommend that one because it's one of the best things I've ever done with this show. It was so much fun.
It's really fun.
You can go to tankAmerica.com.
Yep. Anything else?
I think that's it. We're going to have some new merch at the Beer Fest, and we'll have all the leftover stuff available online after.
Yes, sir. Guys, thanks so much for listening. We appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow at Bad at Business Beer Fest, also on Sunday for Sofa and Suds, and then we'll see you next week.
Oh, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.
And now it's time for the Tom and Dan end of the show footnotes. Today you heard music from
The Restarts. Yes, sir. They've got a brand new album entitled Uprising, and trust me when I tell you, they've got a lot to fucking say. You heard the song Living a Lie, and for fans of politically charged punk with a true message, you're really going to want to pick this up. Now, I've been holding on to this one for a bit because I just played tons of songs off of that compilation. You might have heard me say it a million times, Red Scare Industries, 15 Years of Tears and Beers. If you find it, pick it up because, like almost wall to wall, it's great songs. But I held on to this one. This is the Bomb Pops and a lost track entitled East and West. Now, I had not heard of the band Disheveled Cuss, but now both you and I have heard of him. It's Nick Reinhardt. He's contributed to bands like Death Grips, Portugal the Man. This is his new project and first song, and he's supporting Pinback on a fairly large tour this year. You heard the song, Wanna Be My Friend. We closed everything out with the ever-so-haunting build of Dead Soft and their song Porch. Now, this is off of their Big Blue album. A little low-key for us? Yeah, maybe, but wait for that build and just ride it out. And on that note, guys, we'll see you next week.